Okay, so welcome back everybody to session number 80 of our Heart of Mora campaign.
What number is that?
80.
80? No way!
Session 8.
Before we get started with our session, we'll do a quick little recap, and then we will get into our game. So, where last we left off, you guys had traveled westward past Castle Avondale after ensuring some trade routes were reestablished and some freedoms were liberated with the help of Bree to help Freeheart Port become a little more casual over there. All right. Anyway, you guys continued westward afterwards into the Shadow Woods, where you soon came upon a fort of Avondale, and it was nearing night. Thinking it a decent place to rest, and seeing as it was seemingly abandoned, your curiosity onto what happened there and trying to find a comfortable place to rest in these horrifying woods overtook you, and you spent the night. However, you were attacked by some dark, shadowy figures. You were able to repel them and cleanse the building, and then raid whatever treasures may be within. But as you guys are
Togo be praised. Togo be with you.
basically winding down, finishing up whatever you were taking care of before bedding down, Lucian, first watch, and how are our sleeping arrangements going? It's worth noting, like horses, lizards, because not everyone can fit in the hut if that's what you guys are using, and I just need a little bit of what are we doing for sleeps here?
Great, impeccable question.
Lizardmen would bed down wherever they could. Some in the
Okay.
courtyard, some up on the walls.
Okay, so they're trying to like keep watch to some degree.
Yeah.
All right.
Technically, I don't have to concentrate on Lush.
No, but you have to stay inside of it.
You're right. That's the one. That's a kicker.
The horses just stay out in that courtyard where they are.
Okay.
So, yeah, but not all of us would also fit in the courtyard with the horses, question mark?
Probably not with like a bunch of lizards in there as well. There might be room for. I mean, you guys can make room. All of you could, by logic, stand in the courtyard comfortably if you wanted to make some space for it. Sure.
There's also like those beds that were.
Right.
Yeah, there's I think 10 in total bunks.
Like bunks of 20.
Well, 10 beds, I guess. So
Okay.
five bunks.
Each with a corpse underneath.
Well,
Some of them have dead bodies. Yeah.
The whole point of this was so that I could sleep in. I mean, we could sleep in a bed one last time before we leave. And I'm gonna go sleep in a bed. I don't know about the rest of you.
I think it's fair to say that we don't need the hut.
I'm afraid of no ghosts.
We definitely should have somebody on watch here.
I'll be watching.
Yeah, I'll take second watch.
Okay. So Lucian and a handful of lizards on first watch, and
Yeah,
then
I'll have my
Davina and a
dancing
handful on
lights
the second one.
Around the perimeter again.
Okay,
I'll
are you-
just be flying up?
All right. Amazing. Like above the keep.
Just spinning constantly.
That's cool. Like floating balls flying around you. That's cool.
I prestidigitation a bed where there's no corpse underneath.
Love that
Nice.
for you.
Oh,
the nicest it's ever smelled.
Oh, so nice of you.
I do one for you.
I'm sleeping in the one that you already did.
Davina crawls in with you.
Boosk? Oh, God.
This is tough.
Say, if that's the case, yeah, you would feel like the pressing of Davina's belly, like up against your back or so, as she kind of like large spoons you. You feel the
Do we
small
hate this?
push.
That's what I was just rolling this week.
Related.
We rolled above 10, so I would say that we're alright with
We're
this.
okay with this.
Yeah, I was like,
Motherly
oh,
about it.
okay.
No
We
man.
like it. It's she's fine with you. It's more the life
The baby?
form.
Being.
Reminded of the life form. Anyway.
But in the meantime, you can roll me for a perception, Lucian, and
Betcha.
for the lizards, risk if you want.
Yeah, of course.
22.
Nice.
Disease, sketch. Just tree.
There's a word I'm trying to think of. but I
That's a
can't
dirty
remember.
20.
Okay.
Thanks,
So-
man. Those are down a point now.
Over the course of the evening, vigilance is high, let's say, and there are occasions when you do find your dancing lights being pulled into darkness before you have to relight them again, and you see the visage of a shadow kind of like coming towards you, and as the light comes in again, it runs away basically afterwards. So you have to kind of keep the lights up throughout the whole night. Well, he's flying above, yeah.
So it's like
Outside.
Dementors of something to that degree coming in on top of the dome.
Before going to bed, I would have made sure to have some candles or something lit.
Would you?
Yes, yes, I would.
She said, now that I know.
Now that I know.
But the ghosts. I'm being vigilant.
No, I wouldn't know that.
It's okay,
That's
that's
what we
you.
want.
Also, before bed, I'm doing my nightly routine of talking to Atanda. But before that, attuning to the lute or the
Alright.
lyre.
I would say that like Atanda would be in terms of like she would report that the trade has kind of started initiating and people are feeling pretty positive about that sort of thing. So like word has started to reach back Freeheart already.
Okay.
In that capacity, whether it be through Bree or Lex, or you're not entirely sure, but she seems to be confident about that.
Yeah, I like to think the first couple minutes of the dreams is kind of like small talk about what's kind of happening, and then kind of just spending some time together, trying to spend time together well apart.
That's cute. Okay. But as a few hours pass, eventually, Lucian, you find yourself becoming a little bit tired, and you can switch off if you like.
I'll switch off.
Okay, so go and wake Davina.
Be careful.
All right.
There are still spirits up there.
Oh, good.
I stopped them with my lights. It seems they are thwarted by it.
I don't hold torches. This is all I have.
Okay. Still might be of use.
How many torches do you have?
Whatever's around.
Okay.
Ones that are around.
I'd say by morning you guys might run out of torches by the logic of that. Well, let's just see actually. It's a pretty big keep.
I mean, I have a whole bunch of candles.
Okay, so you can light some fire along like the ramparts, or are you staying kind of around the inside courtyard
I'm
or so?
staying definitely within the inside courtyard.
Okay, all right. So you got a couple torches floating around. You'll be able to find enough throughout the course of the night. You're not going to run out or anything like
Okay.
that. But roll me a perception check, and then again for the lizards.
21.
Okay.
28.
So
Let's go.
my boy's on point.
It was a long, fearful, tense night. As even the subtle breeze, every time a breeze blows and flickers a flame, there's a sense of nervousness that this could be another attack before the kind of corrects itself and stays alit. Until eventually you see the sun rays creeping across the sky before they enter the keep, as it is morning of...
We did it.
wow. Morning of Old Day. That was a long day.
All day.
Morning of Old Day.
It was all like tense, like,
And you guys complete a long rest.
sweet.
So if you guys were missing hit points, they will recover. You'll be at full. Your maximum will go back to its maximum again if you weren't already greater restoration.
I think she got everyone.
First day
Okay.
of Kappa? Kappa Beta Zeta?
Yep, first old day at Kappa.
Whole day.
Old day.
Old man.
Is my sage, my smudging stick still like somewhat a stick?
I would say like you probably took you guys at least half of it to go through, but you can keep the other half.
Yep, I'm going to.
Maybe one more ceremony with it or what have you.
Or, just in case.
Case.
I'm going through the woods and
Just in case he gets.
actually speaking. I'll go to Lucian.
Do you have any more? I used half of the stick, and I think it might be safe if I make another one.
Of course. I can do that for you.
I don't want to take away your ability to summon Archie, but
It's all right.
I think that it's spooky.
We said we just needed 1 ounce of herbs and spices. That's what that thing was last
I
time.
think that's all you need, right? Or that's all I need
For a familiar or
No.
for my. I want to make another smudging
Sage.
stick.
Oh yeah. I have a I don't know. Yeah.
I have a block of incense too, if that would help with creating and filler of stuff.
Not 100% sure, but yeah, like a few ounces. It's not going to take the whole
Yeah, I think it was
thing
just
of
1
it,
ounce
but-
last time.
1 ounce
wasn't
was the last time,
it?
yeah.
Yeah.
Because I went from 20 down to 19.
Okay, there you go, yeah.
So I'll just take the one again if that's okay.
Of course.
Anyway.
Right.
So you guys having some breakfast, feeding the horses, assuming, or having the lizards do that, one or the other.
Yep.
There is gonna
So we have 9 days to feed
there's
them?
plenty of food in this keep to feed like yourselves and all the lizards. And you guys did find a barrel of like just grain downstairs in the basement as well, so you could feed the horses with that if you so chose. But you will have to start thinking a little bit about like food for the whole procession as well.
I'd say maybe
What?
just feed the horses with what we
Probably
got.
feed Bashira as well.
Oh, yeah. Open that box up.
Feed us and the lizards. Put the food inside.
Yeah, it's not so great. Sorry, I did my best.
Hungry.
There, could you make for sure a sandwich?
I can see what's left, yeah?
Hey, is there any of our boys left? It's up to the
One lizard.
corpses.
There'd be enough
Yeah.
left over for that she could
Yeah,
have a morning
go
morning meal.
steaks, are ya?
It's what they would have wanted.
So we each
That's not what Drongo would have wanted.
remind
For the
me
cause.
that we each have 10 days of feed for our own horse, right?
Right,
Okay.
correct.
So if we're feeding the horses from the grain downstairs, does that mean we still have the 10 days for each of us?
Correct. If you use all
Okay,
of that,
so that's-
it would like drain the barrel, but you would
Okay.
you wouldn't lose any off your.
Use all the supplies that we have here before we use
Totally,
our supplies.
yeah.
Of course.
So I would say if letting the lizards have like free reign and then yourselves, you guys will clear this place out of food and there's probably still a little bit of beer floating around or what have you, and water, but there's lots of that if you wanted to try and capture some of that as well.
Can I take a short rest while we're getting ready in the morning?
Yeah, yes. If you're gonna take about an hour or so, being that it's like maybe 6 or 7 in the morning when you guys wake up, maybe a little bit earlier or later, there's still plenty of time. So
Wake up from long rest, stay in bed for another hour before we
yeah,
Hurting a little bit.
tending to your
My
wounds, like
soul.
massaging yourself or so.
Just my soul
Yeah.
damage.
My heart hurts.
D8s. I don't have any D8s.
I do.
I think
I'll roll 4.
if I get healed.
Yes.
I
Right.
greater restoration to everyone.
And then I
That's why I was
needed
just like,
mass healing.
I don't.
Yeah,
I
and
think I hit pretty
she
bad.
hit all of us with the greater
Right.
restoration.
Okay.
and then I hit everybody with the mass cure wounds.
That's why I'm like I'm pretty close to full health. So
I just got to full over that long rest.
same.
Same.
And
Yep.
that's exactly 4 health.
So I took daylight.
Amazing.
That might come in handy.
That is a great idea.
Yeah.
Forgot to ask you to do that.
Six. Could have used
See
that
what other
last
kind of
night.
spells you can get.
Yeah, that would have probably just
Obliterated
That's what
it.
yeah, that would have made that fight.
Oh,
joke.
damn. Nice.
Yeah, so I'll start making breakfast and tea for everybody.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh,
Thank you.
I was like,
I was gonna say I
with your
didn't
claw.
put any models on the table. That's so weird.
It's okay, we won't need them, right? Right?
yeah, but it looks
Right,
cool.
Matt?
Now, so
That was all
Bashira's out and about. She's like living it up right now,
I won't,
eating,
need,
hanging out with the boys.
I won't need to use daylight, right?
Is she being allowed out all day, or is she being kept in confinement?
I feel like
Leave her out.
yeah, we're away from people.
Right.
Oh yeah, you are.
You guys ain't seen shit, right?
If everybody else sees her, we'll be like, oh my god, what a weird bird.
Well,
Stick close to
Just as
us.
a reminder of how
Boys.
big this group of you guys is right now, and how many individuals.
Good job, I can create food and water. I won't right now though, since we have food.
We did lose 2 lizards, so there should be 9. Great. Okay.
Jesus.
9.
Good.
We lost 2 lizards? I thought we only lost
no.
1.
No, two.
Would have been one.
Don't look at me. My job was greater restoration.
I don't give a shit.
Oh, that's right. That was shitty.
It was
Where-
greater
where are the causes?
restoration, or
happened.
And
I
that.
heal everyone.
They died for the cause.
So we established that 2 horses were to pull the wagon, and then 4 could be ridden as well.
Hi ho, Caltrop. Away!
Oh,
You guys can establish that
Yeah,
between
yeah.
yourselves, but
I can steer the cart.
So that's the other horse.
My horse.
Yeah, perfect.
Moose want to ride wagon. Moose don't like riding horse.
Horses are like, yeah.
Looks like we don't like.
Great ideas.
We don't like it either.
Oh, you can. Then you can.
Yeah, 2 people can go on the
you,
wagon,
You
yeah.
can steer. Well, 2 people can go on the wagon.
Yep.
Oh, I was thinking of a she on the back.
Yeah, she's pretty small. She's bigger than you, actually, to be honest. But,
Oh.
Still pretty small.
Anybody lizard boys up on the horse?
well, she's like,
Small lizard boy?
oh, nat 20. She's gonna fly. She's gonna try and stretch her wings and strengthen herself a little bit. There might be times where she gets like and is running on the ground instead and like resting her actual wings.
Just don't fly too high above the canopy of the trees, please.
I'd love to fly with her.
Sure, I'll fly
Try
with you. Sure.
riding her.
She's gets like a few feet off the ground and then like, okay, Bashira fly. Bashira fly.
Bashira fly.
I'm doing a Top Gun, like, fucking flyby.
Bashira, not fast. Takes you guys a couple hours, of course, to get yourselves organized, fed, etc. All the horses out of the thing, maybe about 8 or 9 by the time you guys get yourselves going. But question is, where to?
Right. Following that
You
road.
guys are around here. This little thing.
Yep.
Just keep going.
Following the
north.
road.
Follow the road.
Okay.
Any other markers on our map that might
Can you
be...
move to the left?
There's a bridge over there.
Blood Falls.
Oh yeah, where all the
Great
orcs
White
are?
Buffalo.
We're not about that.
Great White Buffalo.
Oh yeah, do you guys want the war map as well? Just as a reminder for like
Yeah.
where trouble may be or what have you?
Trouble be lurking.
Not a bad idea.
Trouble does be lurkins.
Trouble do either.
It is there.
So I mean, this hole through here seems unaccounted for in terms of at least large garrisons of any kind, other than the one that you're currently at, which is completely abandoned.
Sound coming down from the mountains.
This is true. Perhaps as legend has preceded us.
So
As if they're still there. This is old intel. It's all right.
It's over a month old by now.
Yeah.
oh, we're just gonna crush through 10,000 orcs.
We could cross the bridge,
You see what's
scale the cliff to the verdant hills,
Head that way?
and head north from there.
And Mike, can you zoom out?
Bypass the majority of
that way.
Just fucking booter.
Veer away
Stop
from
moving around.
Sephiroth Swamp. Sephiroth Swamp? Isn't that where your people are?
Can I
There's
have
a
a point
horde
of-
of lizard men.
Apparently.
So right here.
Patrolling.
We follow this path, cross the bridge, right? And then scale this.
Yes?
This is what Gil or Trevor is suggesting. We scale this, and then essentially kind of come through here and then bypass as much as we can.
Yeah.
to the pass of the gold. Okay. See if we can slip past the orcish hordes.
Why is it so shiny on that one spot?
If that was the case, we'll have to ditch the horses.
Well, yeah.
At this point, right here.
Well, the scaling of the cliff also.
Yeah.
He can levitate.
Not horses.
Bummer.
Dead horses.
Oh,
yes.
your ring
Live
can't
horses.
do it. Yeah, the spell telekinesis
horses.
can, but
Well, kill them.
So wait, what's
I'll levitate them, and then you bring them back to
the
life.
ring can only do
Crash
magic.
it.
Because it's telekinesis, not levitate.
Well, telekinesis, the
eat half
spell
of
you
it.
normally can do
We just
creatures.
have
They can make a
it.
save. But the ring is does
Infinite
not
ration.
But you have levitate, don't you?
I have levitate, yes.
potentially be done.
Regardless.
I believe the
Where we leave the horses.
Liar also lets me levitate.
Well, here's the thing. I think you're right. I think abandoning the horses, if we were to take this route, abandoning the
lizards to
horses
take 'em
at
back.
this section right here is probably
Lizards
easiest,
riding
honestly.
horses is
Because then
fun.
we can traverse this, no problem. And we're going to have to leave the horses here anyway. So why wouldn't we just
More
leave
horses
them
too.
in a possibly safer spot?
Mm-hmm.
And by safer, yes, true. I mean, they are less likely.
Yeah, we're
Well,
just going
you
to
can-
get attacked by shadows instead.
Here in these woods,
I'm suggesting right on the edge.
once we cross the waters.
Precisely.
Sound good to me.
I see what we are gaining is trying to go around as many orcs as possible.
There's still a good chance that as we're heading towards the bridge, we're going to encounter that.
Correct.
Yeah, because if Avondale pulled back all of the forces, the orcs would probably push.
Forward.
No, the Avondale forces haven't even come back yet.
But they're being pulled.
They're on their way back now.
So we're either going to walk into them running and the orcs advancing,
Or we'll be faster than them.
or if we can maybe get behind the orcs advancing, we can be behind them.
But we found out that they were getting pulled back like a month ago.
Yeah.
So they're likely
They might be
very
disbanded.
close to here.
Word travels slowly, though, right? It probably could have.
Especially
It
with
would have taken a
distance.
few weeks to get the message out.
True.
A few weeks for them to
Hear it.
collect themselves and get back.
Remember how many guards there were down in Castle Avondale, though? More than usual. They had to come from somewhere.
That's true. Alright.
Regardless of where we go, there's a chance of us running into orcs. There's a chance of us, as soon as we leave here, running into something from this. There's a chance that as we cross here, there's a chance of running into something from this. There's a chance that as we come through here, we're going to run into him. And then as we go through here, this is obviously going to be our biggest hurdle.
We need to avoid having cost.
Regardless, we must cross that bridge.
We can't take on, yeah.
Wherever we go, we're going to...
Cross the bridge.
We have to
There's
head
going
towards
to
the
be
bridge.
orcs.
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
One on the roof.
So,
So bridge is the first stop.
Bridge is the first
Is anyone okay with that?
Okay.
I would just prefer to avoid the 10,000 orcs.
I'm not sure. Perhaps I'm just playing devil's advocate here. But would there be any benefit to going to try to separate a swamp to see a man who is encouraging lizard folk to be lizard folk, to lead them?
You're the only lizard folk.
I don't know. Think about it.
We have time.
The way.
Maybe run into lizards on the way.
True. We can prove that this information might be useful.
What was his name again?
Whom do you speak of?
The guy that we're going to go see? Do we know?
Oh.
What are you talking about?
The general?
No, he's talking about
He was talking about this.
Who's
Venus.
Thank you.
saying? Right.
I understand.
Oh, okay. Thinking way ahead of me.
Yes, who's
Yes, of course.
Emotionally wise, not emotionally intelligent.
Don't let my stat bonus fool you, alright?
You're a general?
Yes, so.
Jerry's like, and then we eat the horses.
Who said that?
That's one thing we did. That's-
Was that in the plan? I don't remember.
I
that
don't
part of the
recall
plan.
eating the horses being part of the plan.
Please don't. We'll find
Not
you. We'll
until
find
they're
you
dead, at
alternative.
least.
If we have to
Oh,
eat one,
wow.
it's going to be ration.
I eat ration.
We will find you alternatives.
Okay.
No promises.
Later we eat the horses.
Yeah.
Later, we'll burn that bridge when we get there.
Eat that bridge.
We'll eat those.
When we come, we need to cross it.
We'll eat that bridge when we cross it.
When you fall off the horse, you get up and you eat that horse.
I don't know why, but I just...
She just lands on the cart afterwards.
But when Smithers is in a treehouse of terror, he's like eating Mr. Burns, but it's like...
He's crying.
That's an ration, that's how I picture it. You're crying as you
No.
I forgot to eat this horse ration.
Zero emotion.
Tears of joy.
Oh, you were so good alive, but you're better dead. In my
So
book.
the road is quite narrow. You can probably travel like 2 by 2 or so. So it'll be 2 people that can be leading in front or the cart.
We're going at a normal pace and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So who wants to be in the front, I suppose? And who's in the back?
Perceptions, maybe.
You're in the front.
Okay.
Should we have the cart in the back?
Me and Bashir are flying.
The guy in the middle.
Cart in the middle?
Yeah.
Convoy ship, man.
Electric
Front is Lucian, Vashira,
Oh, yeah.
and who else?
Davina will be
Me?
up front.
On a horse, yeah. Okay.
'cause-
And
Someone should be with her. She can't be alone in the front.
Yes, please don't leave me.
We're up above with her. Kind of in the air.
Yeah.
And then
if you
then
wanted
the
to
cart
stay under
in
the
middle, and then we
canopy,
can shove her in the back.
you get maybe about 20 or 30 feet of flying height. You might hit some branches here and there and have to go under, but at its highest point, the canopy goes up to about 20 or 30 feet.
That's okay.
And in the back, and then I'll assume the rest of you all are in the middle. Bare minimum, one person has to be in the rear. Could be a lizard. Doesn't matter to me.
Maybe junk.
Junk, you're in the back. A couple lizards, I'm assuming.
Yes.
The eyes in the back of your head open.
Now, are they traveling on the road with you, or are you sending them into the bushes and such, or to like scout, what have you?
Yeah, it'd be like 4 off, like, or 2 on each side, following the road.
Okay, maybe like what, 20 or 30 feet into the woods, not too far away. All right, so, all right, okay. All right, so as you guys press on and begin down the road of the Shadow Woods, again, it is dark, uneasy.
Shadowy.
Well, we all know I do be perceiving.
She do be
I
perceiving.
do have. Didn't even have to
She do
hesitate. She do be.
I do be perceiving.
She do
What was
be.
it? Don't be a no bee.
Be a do be.
It'll take about
Don't be.
8
Don't be.
Yeah.
We
Be a
can.
do be.
8 hours of traveling.
To get to the bridge is about 8 hours
Okay.
at your normal pace. So, Lucian, Davina, as you guys are in the front though,
Okay.
you guys can roll me your perception checks.
That'll be 28
Keeping an eye
again.
on things.
That's a 9 for old Lucy.
And, I mean, Bashir may as well, because she tries. She actually did pretty well. 15 is pretty
Probably
good.
better than she.
What was it?
Davina's pulling the
9.
weight in the perceiving.
Okay, so maybe you're teaching her more than you're watching.
Yeah, 100%.
You like hit a branch here and there. And
Because it's one time.
It was 2. Just regaling her about my portrait.
This tapestry was amazing.
You have no idea that
Even she's rolling her eyes, being like, "I heard this before."
No,
That was
went
surprise.
back. Didn't see it.
So as you guys are continuing on, the hours could begin to pass by. There's one thing that you do notice that is strange about these woods is there is just a tremendous silence. Normally you have the rustling of bushes, the chirping of birds, the general movement of really any life. These woods are different. They seem utterly silent. And again, as you continue on, the kind of is all semi-muffled, kind of like... That sounded really gross.
It's very Caleb.
Anyway, as you continue forward,
There's nothing like out of the ordinary that I'm picking up, like true sight wise, is there?
not at the moment. No, not at the moment. But as the hours go by, eventually you guys hear this sound of buzzing. Kind of tickles your ears as you near the sound of riverbank.
That. Nope.
The low hum hangs under this dense fog that kind of rolls across the surface of what you now see as a river and goes under a rounded stone bridge. You recognize the structure of the bridge as Avendalian. You see a slimy lichen that covers much of the bridge in a blanket of green. Though you do see wagon tracks and footprints that have trodden a path down to the stone across the bridge.
Can you tell how recently?
If you want to examine them, you can roll me a survival check.
Slimy lichen.
Yeah, like that mossy algae.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
12?
12.
Is she? Is she werewolves?
Best of your...
Slimy ooze werewolf.
At bare minimum,
My dog.
I mean, it is hard to say. 12 week? 2 weeks, maybe? Possibly more?
Possibly a month, maybe 2. I really have no fucking idea.
Like an army?
Seems like a wagon.
I guess by the 12, you would be bare minimum. There's a lot of traffic. It's more than just a couple.
Like an
It's
army.
more like, a large
Do they
force of some kind.
look like footprints or boot prints?
It's more of like general wear all the way down.
Oh.
You get the general sense of some wagon tracks here and there and horse hoofs at times and boot prints, but for the most part it's completely worn down all the way.
Are they going in
Across the
both
bridge.
directions, or...
That's hard to say.
So, we're assuming that the army's already passed through?
Potentially.
Or at the very least, this could have been the reinforcements that came to Castle Avenue.
You know,
Travel. Sorry about that. Could very well have been just the extra men that we saw in Castle Lavendale that had passed through here.
Well, I can track and horse hoof prints. Definitely makes it seem like it's Avondale, not orcs at least.
Of course.
How long is the bridge?
Maybe 30, probably a little more than that, maybe like 50 feet or so. The river itself looks quite like deep, from what you can tell. Fairly wide, making it a little bit difficult to cross without like a boat or a bridge.
Is it
Basically,
murky or is it?
it actually is covered in like a thick fog across it.
Love that.
You can kind of hear the sound of the water like slowly lapping down.
Can we tell where
Still
this
with that
buzzing
muffled-
is coming from?
Pardon?
Can we tell where this buzzing is coming from?
The thousands and thousands and thousands of insects that are buzzing around the bank of the river.
That's water source.
As the lizards are just like... There's probably about 800 mosquitoes like haze around the edges.
I don't like it. Nope.
I'm gonna slap a few, but like not hard enough to kill them, just to like piss them off a little bit. You know?
Yeah. In each waft, you see the gentleness of the breeze kind of pushing them to the side, almost like a cloud. From the
Catch one in
you're
our
getting
claw, just,
covered.
like, lick it.
Do we smell decay at all? Like,
Yeah, that's all.
Roll me perception check. See, just regular. It's fine.
I'll guidance myself. Oh, I don't need it.
I'll get to my base.
The old guidance, eh?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
A little
Good
guidance.
job. We did a good job.
Guys, shoot up guidance.
You said
down.
perception?
Good.
29.
Okay.
Be a fun character.
Just gonna guidance myself. You're out for the next.
As
2
you kind of
guidance right now. Really use some guidance right now.
smell towards the riverbank, there's no sense. There is a familiar scent of decay coming from beneath the fog to some degree. If you wanted to venture deeper within, you'd have to go like down the riverbank a little tiny bit. It's quite a steep like drop into it from the edge of where it is.
Oh, okay. I think I was having a hard time visualizing this, but
Kind of goes down to a
Like
bank.
what?
If it
is
were-
it like plant decay or like?
Bridge.
No, like some kind of remains.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Yeah.
Is there a troll under this bridge?
It seems like a troll toe.
Can I look for any markings or warnings? Any like
Sure, roll me an
Ye who
investigation
entered here?
check. I mean,
Yeah.
is there any
Puzzle.
just on the bridge or like in the general kind of vicinity?
yeah, like looking for signposts on trees, anything carved, any markings,
I'll say,
sigils,
yeah, I'll say it. Just a general perception check
stones,
is good.
riddles, anything in the stone work
Guidance,
around
sure.
like the
I
entrance to
guidance
the bridge.
too.
Everyone in here. Guidance.
Yeah. Because why not?
What check did you want me to do?
Perception.
absolutely.
Yes, you should always do that.
It's yeah.
It has to be
Oh,
something
I
you
also give everyone a heads up that there's probably I smell corpses.
Sure, like flies a little bit, kind of trying to swoop
Stay away
bugs
from
in
the
her
water.
mouth.
Yeah. Stay away from the water. But yes, you can eat all the bugs. They're icky.
It's
Huge dragonfly on her mouth.
21 or 27.
21 is fine.
Did roll 4, yes.
You kind of glance around. You see no evidence of any markings, signs, riddles, anything particular that would even remotely resemble like a language of any kind carved into anything.
Pictures?
Picture.
No signs of communication.
I guess it's safe. We can go. I'm gonna put one foot
sturdy-
on the bridge and see what happens.
How sturdy
Okay.
is the
I just did that.
Seems
I put
fine.
my foot on the bridge.
Touch it with your little paw.
Well, is it going to take this full procession?
You're not sure. Maybe. It seems sturdy.
Just a bridge, guys. We could just.
One at a time.
A bridge
Why are we waiting?
Look,
over
I've been on
water
a
of
bridge that
dead
has literally
bodies.
collapsed in front of me.
Yeah, we
before.
all have.
I think we're all-
Precisely.
Yeah.
Something's not right with these woods.
But what are the odds of that happening to 2 different bridges?
Well, it would.
Come on now.
He's making a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys begin our way.
Yeah.
Okay. Make your way across the bridge. Continuing eastward.
Just my sword.
Right, continuing westward. I wrote
And we're going the wrong way.
continuing
That's a hell of a
west.
fog in there.
Yeah, we're like, now we're not crossing the
Shit,
bridge.
we got Old Town to
Start
wrap.
going on the bridge and circle back.
So the road only increases in darkness as you continue, as the shadow of the mountain's going to begin to loom. And being that you guys have been traveling for about 8 hours at this point, it would be somewhere around 5 or so by the time you're crossing the bridge. So if you wanted to continue onward, that would be up to you guys. But you would, every hour you might be pushing things a little bit. However, Kushagra,
Because you stepped on the bridge first.
roll me a perception check as you cross the bridge.
This is back to the bridge. Shit. So what is this at 5 p.m. that we're crossing the bridge?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's call it 5 p.m. cross bridge.
Nice easy.
Wait, let's see what happens here. Perception, you said?
Yeah.
Sorry?
Morbid.
What?
Stroke?
It sounded like wow.
They were speaking tongues.
Wow, wow.
The demon's back.
Talking head.
A 20 or a 28.
Did you roll a
Okay.
3?
We'll need the 28 for this.
All right.
So as you guys are crossing, Shaggy, your attention is drawn to like the left as you're crossing. So directionally would be somewhat south,
I'm seeing it for the first time.
where you kind of look into these dark woods beyond, and you see 3 pink flecks in kind of a dot, and a dot in basically a triangular pattern. And you see this kind of humming pink psionic energy in the center of it. Before it kind of like, you see those same sort of like pinkish hue footprints begin to walk their way into the woods south before they dissipate.
And this is after the bank? Or after the bridge?
Like pretty much directly as you kind of crossing, maybe a few minutes down the road, like
Yeah, so after the bridge
Right
on the
above,
left-hand side
Yeah.
in the woods.
They're going down south.
but you see again, like basically it almost looks like a face where the nose is like throbbing with this psionic energy in the center, where it would be like 2 eyes and like a hollowed out like circular mouth basically.
I
understand.
I'm not picturing this.
So the triangle isn't a triangle. It's an inverted triangle. So the 2 eyes are at the top of the
It's like this.
triangle. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Right. And then the middle thing is the throbbing nose.
Correct.
So all 4 objects are glowing.
Psionic.
Yeah, the 3 on the outside are a little bit softer, and in the middle it's kind of like this.
Pulsing.
I
It's
know.
the throbbing. Okay.
I'm going to establish my
Dominance.
It's all over the
I'm going to establish my Psylink
Okay, with me.
with the usual bunch. And that'll be for the next 6 hours.
Is Davina now of the usual bunch?
You are.
Okay.
6.
I wasn't.
6 hours, yeah.
The usual is everyone but me.
Okay.
So,
No, that's okay.
it's just because you have like
Because I have
you have
a
communication,
semi-communication, yeah.
So-
I was going to later point inside.
and I'm going to try to sneak away from the group.
Okay.
You stay away from the group?
I'm gonna slowly hang back. And just like
Just
drift back so I'm at the back of the procession,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna try and sneak off.
Roll
once
me
no one's looking.
a lovely stealth check.
Yeah, there's no way. And her path is the only thing that may even get kind of close.
Not even.
Kind. That's why I said kind.
I also rolled a 29 in perception beforehand.
Yeah, but
For what?
this is gonna be
This is passive. This is.
Oh, okay.
it wouldn't-
Yeah.
I don't think it is.
You're at the front as well.
Yeah, you would have no idea. You would have no idea.
Seems like a
It would
lucky
just
time.
be Jonk and the Newts at the back.
It really, yeah. Well, if he's, yeah, because we wouldn't.
But you'll
notice
potentially notice him begin to come back. Depends on the roll.
I
We'll
feel
see.
like Davina wouldn't be the first to go over the
I'm
bridge.
lucky it.
You're in the front.
I was in the front when we got up to the
Okay,
Was it a
it's
3.
Okay.
She would not be the first.
20.
Well,
I feel like that's a little.
okay, fine.
It's like the worst stealth roll I've done.
What did you get?
26.
So as the rest of you continue forward, continuing down the road, Kushagra, you begin to drift off the side with your horse. Okay. You pull back a little bit. You see the group getting further away from you. They seem to not have noticed.
I'm gonna head south towards where I saw the footprints.
Okay. As you kind of approach the woods, the horse kind of... Rest of you guys roll me a perception check. And roll me... not yet, actually. So you're not necessarily pushing him through yet.
Oh!
Dirty 20.
I wish my perception was better.
18.
18?
10.
10.
I'm going back along.
23.
23.
Perception?
Yes.
23.
Okay. And Davina, what was it?
20.
Okay, so the three of you, so Barrett, Tim, and Davina, you guys hear this horse whinny come from the back, which kind of draws your attention a little bit. Kushagra, do you want to try and push him through into the woods and force him, or jump off and go in yourself? Or something different, I guess.
Like, is it getting difficult for the horse to...
It's more that he doesn't want to go in. It looks like it would be difficult for you to traverse with a horse for sure, because there's a lot of bushes, roots, things like that. It would be difficult for him to confidently find his footing. Basically, horses aren't super good through a forest a lot of the time. But if you wanted to push him through with some good animal handling, you can manage.
I'll let him go.
Okay,
Hop off.
Leap off.
Turn him around and just...
Slap him on the butt.
let him head back north.
Okay.
I'm gonna send out a message to everybody and say, my horse has run off. I've gone to go get him. Can you see if you can find him?
Do you want us to wait for you?
You shouldn't go alone.
And that's all I'm gonna say.
Okay. Maybe a moment or two later, you guys see the horse like running down the road, like towards you guys.
I'll try and
Jagra, horse here.
calm the horse now.
I'm double timing it south to try and find these tracks.
All right.
I'll try and calm the horse now.
Okay.
Anybody else
So as it
wisdom?
starts like running
Oh,
up
you're a wisdom
towards
I'm a wisdom person. What
the
do
rest
I
of the
want?
pack,
What
go
do I
for
need?
it.
To stop the horse from running away?
Oh, can I
Like
try?
animal handling?
You're on the cart, right?
Yeah. So can I like jump off the cart?
Well, who's driving it? Are you driving it?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, sure. You guys can both
Help.
try to, so one with advantage, or you can each try. It doesn't matter to me.
You do it.
As this thing is like looking like it's going to run past
yeah,
the
baby.
whole procession potentially.
Nat 20.
Plus.
For a 24.
Yeah. However you do it, whatever means you just establish.
I jump off the cart like onto the horse, and I'm like, yeah, go God! And then it calms down.
That's dope. Go God.
Grabbing the reins and
Jesus.
pulling
Yeah.
it back.
I said, oh God,
Right.
not go God. Go God.
That's exactly how you calm down a horse.
By yelling.
Yeah.
So
Davina
Guys.
says again, Kshagra, we've got your horse. Where are you?
nothing back.
Guys, he's not answering.
Okay, well, let's just go camp up. I mean, this is where we're basically gonna stop anyway, right?
What
Yeah,
if
I'd
something's
say
wrong?
roughly on the road, you guys will be somewhere around here.
I'm thinking literally we're gonna camp, like if
Give or
there's a nice spot for, no, if there's a nice spot for us to camp up underneath this ledge basically.
Okay.
We're
If
gonna
you guys
want to
look for
couple
that.
hours to get up there.
I don't think we're gonna go up. Well, I don't think we're gonna go up tonight. Well, not without Kshagra.
I know, but we're going to veer off for a couple hours before heading back to go find Kujagra.
It's going to take a while to get
I'm not
back to
going
that
back to
cliff.
find Kushagra. I trust him enough.
Guys, he's not answering. What?
He has a link. I trust him.
I don't.
I don't trust these woods.
I don't trust that either.
What
I
if
something
trust
got him?
Kushagra.
I think he's fine. I trust him.
Someone has to stay here with the horses anyway. If you folks want to go find him, then that's on you. But if Kushagra's not answering, it probably means that he wants to be left alone.
Will something happen?
Stay on the road. The horses.
Oh, that's not what I'm suggesting.
Oh,
I'm
right.
suggesting we find a place to camp for the night.
Gotcha. Okay. That's
Underneath
fair.
these foothills, like, or these like overhangs basically. Because we're gonna go up those tomorrow,
Okay.
right?
Yep.
That was the plan?
Yeah.
Potentially, or we were going to go. We were thinking about taking the lizard folk to potentially.
Oh, right.
Potentially.
But even then, we can still go here and camp. It's like, what, 6
Yeah.
p.m.? It's gonna get darker, yada yada, right?
Yeah.
So,
Okay, so you guys are continuing down the road for a bit and then looking for basically the best place to try and go north to find a place to camp.
Yeah.
All right, someone can roll me a survival check for that.
Got it.
That's our man.
Yeah.
Nice.
Good job.
Got
I guess you can.
is a what?
D4.
D4.
Forever D4.
12. Choose 14. 19.
Nice.
Okay.
Decent. To show two good eyes see.
Oh yeah. Got that now.
He's like, oh, right.
Does
I got to
the
open
psionic
this.
still have a range?
This is so much easier.
Yes.
What's the range on it?
I think it's a mile. Yeah, 1 mile.
Okay, you'll be well out of range shortly. If there was anything you wanted to say before that occurred, I feel like you would kind of get a sense, maybe, I don't know.
Is this cat senses too?
I guess, maybe not.
Or psychic senses?
Anyway, we'll approach that if need be. The rest of you guys, eventually, like an hour or two down the road, you guys will veer off and start heading north.
So, like, if
I let him know as we're doing this to be like, we're heading
just
north.
like if an hour, like if time is passing, like so far I haven't even gotten to the edge of the woods.
we have to
Right,
come
so,
back
like,
a little bit. So
If I get to the edge of the woods and I don't immediately find something,
right,
I'm gonna send out a message
Okay.
and say, like, I'll be back by sundown. Send off a flare when the sun sets, and I'll come to you.
right,
There's something I need to investigate.
okay. Say that would be the last communication you have with him. Which it wouldn't be. It would be like maybe probably 10, 15 minutes after you guys had lost him or so. But anyway, so Kushagra, as you veer off, jumping off the horse and begin into the woods, trying to find your way, roll me a survival check.
Looking for these tracks or psionic tracks.
Will Smith. The Fresh Prince.
Please leave.
Stop.
Disconnect from
I did
chat.
not. I did not see that one coming.
Booted from chat
That's a
room.
dirty 20.
The Fresh Prince.
Banned.
Bandhammer.
Not bad. Not bad.
So, as you continue through,
I know. So
again, the woods are very thick, very dense. You're pretty agile, so it's not slowing you down too much, being that you're on your own path. You see glimpses of these pink flecks as you continue on that are seemingly drawing you in. You know you're on the right path. As it begins to get even darker, as you kind of realize that the sun is starting to set, the rest of you guys would be at camp or so by now.
So
As the sun's like set.
as soon as I start to see evidence of the psionic energy, I would be opening up my telepathy and just kind of start a running communication outwards. It's a 60-foot radius.
Okay.
And it would just be me saying like, hello, I noticed you earlier. I didn't tell the others that I'm here. It's just me. Just like that kind of thing. Like trying to entice them to communicate.
Okay.
This message will repeat.
So as you continue through,
Oh shit, okay. Never mind. Scratch that.
No, that's cool, but I just wanted to mention.
Yeah, I have to be able to see them.
okay, but
Missed that.
if it happens to pop into your
I've been
eyesight,
telepathic before, so.
What if I saw you, but I didn't really see you?
So every pink fleck I see, I try to communicate
Oh,
with
that's
it.
kind of cute, though.
Hey, pretty fleck. Come on out. Hey,
They can't be.
Hey, birdie. Hey, birdie.
so as you continue, you hear no responses. But as you go forward, the trees do not yield as you continue onwards through the woods. The path becomes thicker and more difficult, but still you press onward until at last, pushing through a set of like thick branches, your hand presses against stone. You look upward to see a ruinous structure. Looking beyond, you begin to see more remnants of further structures, ruined area, something ancient and old.
Is there any books? Books in this whole
As
fucking colonial.
you kind of stop yourself there and look inward, you see that this area is not encompassing too much, maybe a few hundred feet kind of around the area. Within, the trees are still covered in thick greenery. Ruins are old, dilapidated, difficult to maybe decipher the origin or maker of which. You see as you, if you are continuing forward.
Yeah, what does it look like again? I'm at a
So
wall?
it's mostly still jungle, but you're seeing like remnants of arches, doorways, like fallen structures of stone.
Like a city, or like a ruins of a city, or ruins
more
of
like
building?
a
what scale are we at here?
it'd be more like a large, like a temple or something like that. Yeah, like you can see where there's stone along the ground. Like as you kind of continue a tiny bit ways in, you're only walking on stone, moss, fallen rocks, and just undergrowth that has taken over this over possibly hundreds, possibly thousands of years.
Yeah, I'm gonna continue forward and again looking for carvings, symbols, statues, anything that can tell me some information about what kind of place this was.
Okay. So roll me a perception check as you continue onward.
I was like, oh.
That's the joke.
Only rolled under. What's that?
Man.
But you're still getting a what?
It's
20.
So all of my skills that I'm proficient in are automatically a 10.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's still
20
the lowest.
or 29.
20 will be fine.
Yeah.
So as you like press inward a little bit, and you're getting a little bit of sense of the kind of scale of this a little bit, you see, I'd say just in the very silhouette of the last few lights, as it's a fairly clear night, the moon is lighting up the landscape a tiny bit, and you see two mountains to your kind of northwest and another mountain to your southeast as you are standing in kind of the center of this whole area. You see
Okay. I think I see where I am.
so as you continue onward, you begin to see an area where trees have been removed with purpose. There are scattered remnants of various items and scraps that lay around the area, kind of abandoned equipment. You see shovels, axes, hard wooden crates braced with iron and steel, large enough to house maybe a medium or small, or part of medium to large creature potentially. Little bit of growth overtaking them, but they still look fairly new to some degree, maybe months, maybe a year or two perhaps at most. Kind of discarded equipment lying around this area, and it looks to be heavily impacted by that, where a lot of the greenery has kind of pushed aside and there's mostly stone. As you continue a little bit further closer to this, you see flecks of pink now turn to black and gray and spot the air, creating kind of small spots that appear like floating ashes or flakes of snow. They appear and disappear, almost like when your eyes have been closed for a long time and you can see those kind of spots.
Yeah.
You're not sure if you're seeing them or if they're just something in your imagination. As you get closer to the center of this, you see what appears to be a small tear in the fabric of reality.
What?
You see a dark kind of hovering in the middle of the air in space. You see more of these black and gray specks kind of floating around it, dissipating, coming and going. You feel a draw towards this.
Yeah, I'm not going near that
No,
thing.
Gonna draw, bro? You gonna draw, bro?
I mean, it's not every day you see a tear in the fabric of space-time. And there's no one else around?
Not from what you can see. As it begins to get to like a night time. Just the moonlight lighting up the landscape.
The crates that are like, so where is this tear? Where like relative to the things that are around me?
If the camp would be scattered around, like centralized around this tear, basically.
Okay. Do I see any symbols on any of the crates, equipment?
Say roll me an investigation check as you kind of start sifting through what remains behind the area.
Quit digging mannequin.
That's going to be a 17 or a 22.
17 will be fine. So investigating the area a little bit further,
God dang.
you find a number, maybe 5 or so discarded remnants and maybe axes, but you do find insignia on them of the shifters. The arrows.
The 3 arrows. I want to investigate this tear, but I feel like it's too dangerous to do alone. I'm going to... looking back the way I came, northward, can I see, like, how far can I see out in that direction?
However far your dark vision would allow for, that would be kind of the limit to that.
Feet?
Maybe 60 feet in or so.
Is it cloudy? You said the moon lit.
No, the night is quite clear, so it's just moonlit, I suppose.
I'll
But
try and climb a tree and get a vantage point back northward.
okay, easy enough for you to climb. Give me a quick survival check as you do. Say for the sake of climbing the tallest tree you can find, say with advantage if you like. If you need it.
22 or 25.
22 will be fine. So you kind of climb a tree, tallest one you can see, stands up above these ruins, where you're able to decipher that you are exactly here on the map.
Yep.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
Yeah, it looked like it.
The rest of you guys, being that you would be trying, like, are you lighting a campfire or are you trying to keep a low profile?
I think light is probably best.
We don't have fire going.
Okay, so I'd say even without a perception check from this vantage point, Krishaga, you'd be able to see the smoke rising from a small campsite against the cliffside near the verdant hills.
All right, I'm going to use my Cloak of the Mountebank and go as far as I can in that direction.
Okay. Like somewhere in the middle of the woods.
Just keep
Continue on.
start walking.
Make me a survival check for finding your way towards what you assume would be your friend's camp.
Yeah, it's totally gonna be there. It's,
How many campfires can there be around here?
that's gonna be 16 or 24.
Okay. You get a pretty good line on it. It would be relatively difficult for you to find
I
or
just have to
to
get within a
lose your
mile,
way.
and then I can start. I'm gonna be constantly trying them on the radio.
Okay. So you continue through. As you are doing so, you do see shadows moving in the forest around you. You hear the kind of like, you know that you're not alone as you continue forward.
Start running,
You start running.
and just again,
Bonus extra dash.
like
Line agility.
Hello, I missed the flare, or I saw it, but I didn't get here in time. There's shadows, help!
I'll say for the sake of trying to like sprint off and begin running, we'll make an athletics check for you.
You can do it.
I was worried about the fucking shadows.
Worry about the shadow woods. You gotta watch out for those shadows.
A lot of them.
What do you think about this?
14 or 19.
The 19 will definitely be better suited for you
When there's
right
shadows
now.
in the absence of light, that's scary.
But as you're continuing, like you start running, you
Cool.
you start to see the edge of where the tree line meets the road, where you're like, okay, I'm gonna, you kind of line up your path as you're continuing, trying to find the best route as quickly as possible as you're scampering through, not looking ahead of you at times, looking back before you leap through, and you find that you're literally leaping through a shadow creature at this point where it makes a couple of slashes towards you. Okay, one of them will certainly hit. However, I don't think the other one will.
Yeah, double crit. Ugh, no.
Well, the 27 and then a 16.
So the 27 hits.
Okay.
The 16 hits, but the 27 doesn't.
Oh, this is the
There's a 27
17?
hits.
Focus rage.
wrong thing. Let's see.
That with leather, bro. Let's go, baby.
Bruh.
Oh, I forgot to.
Okay, so 11, 18, 23. Okay, so you take 27 points of necrotic damage and roll me a Constitution saving throw. You're having it, yeah, no problem. As you basically leap through this creature and like don't break stride and just continue to run as you kind of like disappear into the other side of the or across the side of the road back into the woods. You kind of like plants flying around you a little bit, and this creature just.
Can't save.
Yeah, you're faster than they
What
are.
rolled?
That one went for a long walk.
That's 14.
Kushago over here.
Okay, your maximum hit points will be reduced by that much, unfortunately.
sleep. Yeah, you're gonna sleep. 12.
What?
13?
13? What was it, 27? Oh, yeah.
Oh, I thought it was,
Have-
I was 22. My bad.
13.
14. D6? No. D6? No.
No.
6.
Wait.
Right. Sounded a lot like guys in my head.
So as you're like scampering through, eventually you just hear that voice, and you know you recognize it as Lucian.
Help!
Kushaga?
Do we hear him? I guess, yeah. We
I guess if you were saying stuff, you guys would have heard him a mile away.
God damn.
I'm beside the camp, like I heard.
Well, I suppose a mile away would be somewhere between the road and where they are, because these are about 3 miles per tile, so somewhere in the middle of here. If you guys would eventually hear him calling out.
if I hear him call out for help, like we have to go.
Sound barrier.
Stay there, don't move!
Never mind.
Make lots of noise.
Ghosts! Nothing ghosts! Kushaga!
Where?
I'm holding like a torch into the woods, kind of.
So eventually you see like the shadow of moving Kushaga kind of coming towards the camp. You see the firelight just.
Tumble
see
into
him,
the
like-
camp, just on my back. Just,
What happened?
shadows. Oh, so scary.
You found your horse?
We've almost.
Oh,
But he ran away again.
that's
I
funny.
found something even crazier.
What?
Never gonna believe it.
Probably not.
What?
Anyway, so.
Everyone gather around the campfire. I have a tale to tell.
Bashir is like,
I have to.
Davina's just like kind of like
Have
laying back
to,
against
I have to.
Bashira, like just like playing with her, like.
Uncork
Something.
the wine.
like jagged scales.
Yes.
So, I've been seeing things.
These little thing, the
I
specks you were
mentioned it
telling-
before, yes. I saw it again.
I see.
And this time I couldn't resist. Something told me that it was similar to the abilities that I've conjured here. Something told me that I would be close to this, whatever it was. So I went to investigate. I'm sorry. I know I shouldn't break off like that.
That's okay.
I
I do it all the time.
I didn't even know.
Okay, it's all hurtful, but okay. Anyway,
Anything for your horse.
I found a ruins.
Ruins?
Ancient ruins.
Ancient?
Yes.
How far?
With domes and things.
I admit it out. Good God!
About that far, and I point on our map to where those 3
Right.
mountains are, and basically
Right in the middle?
like right in the middle of the crosshairs.
Interesting.
In here, in the ruins, there was a clearing. And in that clearing, I found a camp. And in that camp, I found some tools. And on those tools, I found the mark of the shifters.
Did you see any shifters?
Really?
I did not. But what I did see was... I don't even know how to explain it. It was like a gateway. It was like the air had ripped open.
You're right.
Something inside.
I don't believe you.
Something inside was calling me towards it.
Was this another binge on your
No, there
yak
was,
milk?
there was no milk. There was no
Yeah,
mushrooms.
fermented milk, yeah.
There's no nothing. No tree kushaga this time.
No rocks that you found that look like your brother.
Just a tear in
The fact of
Mora
reality.
herself.
Could I, based off of his, his description, could I try and figure out what it might have been?
I was also trying to wonder if I had learned that from death.
I don't know that any of you guys would have experienced anything like that before.
But I've ripped through space-time to summon...
Let's... I will say a history check. If you're proficient with history.
Ooh, I am.
So anyone who's proficient with history can make a history check.
I'm not proficient.
You're not.
No. I chose Arcana over history.
That's
my
wise.
Yeah.
15. Anything you've ever recall from class or anything like that?
There in the reality,
About a change shifting, but not this.
to another plane. Do you know?
I could feel something drawing me towards it, and it was at that moment that I decided it probably wouldn't be a good idea to go on further by myself.
Could it be the source of the shadow creatures that have been vexing us?
Were there any shadow creatures there?
I didn't see any.
I hope it doesn't go to the shadow phone. I don't want to
I
go back.
really like not to go back to the shadow. But I do believe we should inquire about this planar rift.
Perhaps.
It's a little out of the way.
Perhaps during the
Perhaps it could be
daylight.
a shortcut.
Are you suggesting that we go into it?
Big risk.
Maybe we should try throwing something into it first.
On a rope.
Or we could just, throw
Archimedes.
something in and pull it out and see what happens. Because
Archimedes can go in with a rope.
Who's going to go with the rope? Who's going
Yes, but
we don't know if
with-
it's going to tear you apart or.
I was going to say with Archimedes, at least with Whisper, if that transport Archimedes halfway across Mora, you're not going to be able to know where they are.
No, but we can try pulling him back. And if he's gone.
What do you think, Tim?
I don't know. I don't think it's a good idea for anyone to go in there right now before we know where it goes.
Fully agree.
So I think it's useless to hypothesize about putting an owl inside of a hole inside of reality right now until we can actually go take our eyes there
Right.
and look at it.
Yes, you're right.
Can I estimate how far away it was?
I guess 4 hours.
We in for 4 hours.
Do you tell us about the triangle thing that you saw?
I'm still confused as to what that was.
I
so-
think that might have been the lay of the land. Look at the Look at
That's
the
what
shape of the
that's what I
map.
just said.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I think it was marking something.
Well, I
for
think
you.
it's like
Look at that. It's a big circle. There's a
I
But
little.
saw
if
the
it's- but
three
if-
things with
but
the
if-
glow, like a pulsating thing in the center.
But if there's like
That's where the pulse is.
ley lines, for example,
Yeah,
between
100%.
the rocks,
Yeah,
they could formulate a crack. But where that crack goes, obviously, we don't know.
we don't know.
But it could be that the shifters. This is
So
Oh.
they shift things.
exactly. That's exactly what it is.
How they shift things?
I think it's how.
They smuggle?
Right.
Oh.
Well, that tabaxi, the one that we found the clothes on, and the note said that he was just brought here by somebody else. That's how they're
Perhaps.
appearing here.
Maybe we stake it out and see if anyone comes through.
Staking out may take time.
Very true. And going in there also, we might be stepping.
Needs,
But not even that. Regardless if we're leading to another plane or something like that, we might be transporting ourselves into the den of people who
I
will
have
want
greater
to take him from us.
invisibility. Perhaps we can go close, summon it, and then go in, peek around, head out.
I think we should figure out whether or not.
We should go see it anyways.
Yes.
There's also a possibility that Kuchar was the only one that could see it.
You have true sight.
You can see
I mean, I
everything,
couldn't
right?
see I couldn't see the specs that he was talking about when he brought it up to me the last time. Yeah, he
I
asked.
did, I asked
he
you.
asked me-
I pointed.
Oh, can you
so-
see that? That's
yeah.
right, because you were. Well, yeah, I remember now.
Alright.
Could be that it's only appearing in my mind, a projection into my mind, and there's nothing actually there to see.
Yeah.
If that's the case, I'd still like to know.
Of course.
I think we should wait until daylight because
course.
Oh yeah, not going
these
out there.
things are everywhere. I would
Yes,
say.
I did get zapped by a shadow on my way through here.
How you feeling?
A little older.
I'll greater restoration. before bed because I never need to get on this. So
I feel much better.
good.
I feel like potentially I feel much better.
Excuse me.
It's giving me a lot to think about.
I'm gonna go meditate, ruminate, marinate on all of what has happened. This is well, even just the way that Kushagra said it to me that there was a rip in Mora strikes a chord with Tim. So pray for safe passage. Meditate on what's to come. Hopeful, and hopefully
Nothing bad happens.
Sexy thoughts. They got sexy thoughts.
So you have this strange feeling as you're doing it, and kind of peek open an eye, and Bashir's right in front of you, just.
Can I help you?
We think.
You want to think with me? Okay. I'm not very good at it myself, so I don't think I would be a very good teacher. But I can try. Okay. Let your mind go blank. I don't know either, honestly.
right.
Just what they say.
That's what Mike told me to do.
What are we supposed to do?
I'll like hold her little dragon paws in mine that are actually she'll hold my hands in her giant dragon paws because she's twice the size of me.
That's
And I'll like put my forehead to hers, and maybe I'll even actually take the hajime and we can lay our hands on top of it and pray and meditate together over the safe passage of us and of the essence of it all.
Roll me a wisdom check.
trash.
Very much so.
No worries.
But you're going to say spoon, daddy.
Boom, dead.
Whoop.
Bounce
Took it right out of it.
You suck, Boone. It's a 15 altogether.
So you guys pray, meditate.
Yeah,
For a while.
I say I'm interchangeable to me, honestly, but yeah.
I'd have liked to have fabricated some fire posts along the perimeter.
Yeah, easy
Hollowed
enough.
out wood trunks and shavings inside.
And light them on fire.
Light them on fire.
Okay.
So they're just sort of sitting there, torches.
The place is well lit, for sure. As like the lizards are kind of gathering around those light sources as well. Horses, everybody kind of starts winding down and see some of the lizards going to sleep. Some of the horses kind of like nodding off a little bit as it gets later into the evening.
Davina's kind of laying next, kind of like sitting up, but like laying down against like her backpack or something next to the fire. And she's reading the Children's Elf book, kind of to the baby.
Hilarious.
Hey, play Mozart.
It's good for the
baby.
He's gonna be so
Mozart?
smart.
More idiots.
I'm gonna be just kind of playing around with the lyre, kind of like string instruments like that. Like that is not something I'm great at, but it's something I'm just gonna play around with.
Have you tuned it yet?
Yes.
The rest of you? Anything particular, or
Bowing or plucking?
I'm just kind of like plucking and kind of playing.
it has a different sound than you're used to. It's a bit softer. The strings have quite a wider range from top to bottom. Fret changes. Everything feels a little bit different, but you can see where sound and music can. There's a lot more potential in this instrument than a lute in terms of composition.
Davina. The last couple nights I've been kind of talking with attend and stuff.
In your dreams, right?
Yeah. I can grant somebody else to do it if you want to speak with Gaius.
Sure.
I'm gonna cast dreams. I'm assuming it's kind of later at night.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Certainly, like, people
cast dreams
potentially going to sleep.
with Davina being the host.
Now, neither of them sleep,
Oh, frick.
so it actually won't.
I don't think
be
it will
a
work.
threat.
Can I slip into his meditation?
You're gonna slip on
They
something?
didn't sleep.
He's gonna.
Elves don't sleep.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
You guys have to
So I let him know that. I'm like,
reflect, basically.
I'm like, we don't sleep, we meditate, so I don't think it would work.
Do you not dream?
No, do I?
Well, in meditation, you enter a state of dream-like, sleep-like state. That's like dreaming, but you're visualizing. You're more in control of what's going on, and
kind of like a lucid dream.
Oh. Sorry.
It's okay. Thank you, though. I appreciate it. I can always send him a message. It's not the same, but
No, I know. I figure that me and you are kind of in the same boat of... I mean, Tim has his father at home.
maybe she could say hi to Elspeth.
Tim?
She's meditating.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to realize that you're not even around.
I'm like deep into meditation with the.
don't even hear the voice. Yeah.
Yeah, don't even hear it. Yeah. Oh, there's Tim ignoring.
I like the thought of it, though.
Yeah.
Must be nice to sleep.
I mean, sometimes, yeah, but I mean, 8 hours is a long time.
Oh yeah, I couldn't imagine. It's way too long.
With you and Lucian, kind of lets us normal folk get as much sleep as we can.
Yeah, it kind of works out. 2 elves. If not, well, I guess not everyone would get a full night's sleep.
Yeah.
How are you holding up?
I'm good, but I still feel weird from the last little bit.
Same.
Like something... I mean, yeah, something actually is missing from me for the last couple months. And that hole is there, and I don't know what's going to fill it and how long it's going to be until it is filled.
That thing was like a leech. It was draining from you.
Yeah.
It might take a while for it to go away, but it will.
You ever cut your hair and you feel like it might be still there, like a phantom feeling?
No.
Like it feels like
If I was in my hair.
I still feel that itch on my palm when Whisper's Edge was there sometimes.
Do you miss it?
No, not at all. I realized afterwards it kind of cleared when my vision was cleared. I mean, I've always been an asshole, but
Not like that.
there was so many things that was going through my mind that was just so selfish and I don't know, and I thought it was me and it could have been me, but I don't have those feelings anymore, so.
You also had an evil being talking in your ear.
True. I mean, I don't know.
I'm not saying that.
Abandonment issues has always been a thing for me. I mean, that's kind of been my thing since I was a kid. So, of course, I'm going to latch on to the first person that actually wants to be around me. That wants me.
An evil,
Use me.
An evil soul.
Yeah.
Well, you don't have to deal with that anymore.
No.
But you have us. You have a town now.
Yeah.
Things are looking up.
I'm happy being what I am now. I'm no longer a pawn in somebody else's game.
Except for the greater good. The weave.
I'm still kind of wary about what we're doing, though. Aren't you?
Yes, but it has to be done. This is why I've been brought back.
But what happens after we put it back?
I don't know. I don't think there's any way to find out.
Until it happens, yeah.
Alright.
I'm going to
We
bed.
should get some rest. Lucian.
Yes.
Do you want first watch or do you want me to take first watch?
I'll take first watch.
Okay, I'll take second.
Actually, no, better I do second watch and let my pyres burn for a little bit.
Right. Okay.
Come
Alright.
back with my orbs and I'm halfway through.
I'll do first watch.
The rest of you guys bedding down.
Who's will go around to like all the lizard men and be like, you are like on guard, like stay strong, keep an eye open.
What's scary?
Yes. Who's go like?
Many shadow.
Stay close to fire. Be safe.
We watch.
Good. Love you.
Stop! That was so cute!
But I didn't say that
He says that like really low and respectful. He's like walking away.
Each lizard folk a kiss on the head.
Good night, my sweet child.
Except for you, Velim. Get the fuck out of here.
Get up there. Go
Yeah.
find
Hey, you got go find a Tyrannosaurus Rex to kill.
Keep your eye on us and keep your eye on the woods. Keep your eye on us.
I'd like to grab the clothes that we found in the basement out of the back of the building. The ones that had like the shifter symbol on it.
Right. Gonna don those bad boys?
No.
That's what I thought.
I am the
See how
shifter
it
now.
I'm gonna sit up with them for a little bit, just like by the fire. Who's taking watch?
Right now, Davina and some lizards are
Okay.
on patrol as
I'll
well.
just be like sitting like off by myself and just thinking. And I'm just gonna like be looking through the garments. I'll see if I can find any just like fur or remnants of like, was the tabaxi wearing these?
I would say,
who
and
wore them before?
I'd say for if you're trying to find specific things like that, I would say an investigation check would be our best suit.
Animal.
The cat area.
Oh, funny.
Splat.
That's
It's a 20 or a 28.
20 will be fine. Search through. Your best recollection, based on smell, lack of fur on the inside as well, lack of a hole for a tail to comfortably go through. That is most likely that this was made for a human or some kind of humanoid variant in some regard. There is a small amount of like odor remaining on them, kind of that musty, but they're very, very deep within the fibers are the remnants of like soft perfumes that still reside within some of the deeper recesses. Whoever wore these clothes took care of himself by your guess. And as a reminder, like around the collar, which is quite high, there is blood that stains around that area. Unless you guys cleaned it off, in which case there isn't.
I don't think it
No.
We did some laundry.
Well, prestidigitation did, I suppose.
Threw the fucking clothes in the bag, moved on.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have done it unless asked.
While I'm doing this, I
Or
want
you were planning on
to
wearing them.
try and think back, and I just want to try to recall like my earliest memory.
Okay.
don't know what that is. I'm kind of asking.
We'll find out.
Just to
Let's roll me a history check.
One of those memories that like it's more like a feeling, nostalgia, like this has like smell and like an emotional state than really any actual like things. History said.
Mm-hmm.
Cool call. See if that smell of that man brings back anything or something.
Just seeing the rifts, feeling closer.
Closer to your heart.
19 plus 4 is 23 plus 8
is 31.
It's 31.
I'll be here all week.
Thank you, math man.
Can you go away sometimes, though? I live here.
No, I said I was here. My word.
Stay out of sight, out of mind.
I'll just
in the corner.
Just stay in the watch.
Just like absent-mindedly, just like
live in the fridge,
playing with the clothes and staring off into the fire, just like letting my eyes unfocus.
So as time passes, as you kind of like thinking so hard that you forget that you're supposed to be looking at anything, and your eyes remain open nonetheless as the kind of flickering flames kind of dance in front of you, forming shapes and shadows. Sometimes maybe you're not sure if your mind is creating them or if they're creating them themselves. Before you are transported into memory, you remember a feeling of acceptance, belonging. You were young. You remember being very young. The land you lived in was dark, but warm for you, because you had warm company. Large trees, vines, structures of wood and twine slung around tree branches, ascending high into the air and down below. A sense of ground was unknown to you at this stage. You hear a subtle voice. You don't recognize it, but you know it's calling to you. You feel another memory kind of passing through this. You're still young, though older than you were in your first. You are exploring your surroundings and your environment, swinging, practicing your agility and finding comfort in your body as a young individual, trying to leap and grab branches, testing how far you can jump, how high you can reach, and how far you can fall, before you feel wet splash under your feet and your heart sinks as you know something is wrong.
Wet.
You feel a pull. You remember screaming and hearing no sound before your memory is transported back. You see the fire in front of you. Again, you see small flecks of pink in front of your eyes as you kind of bat them open again. You see 3 dots. Then in the center, a humming, throbbing. Oof. Oof. Before they kind of dissipate in the flames, and across you see Davina kind of looking around.
Do I know this?
So roll me a perception check
Is it
at
like,
bare minimum.
when you say that, I'm sitting at one end of the fire, and I see the trio of light and the throbbing, and as it fades away, I'm looking past Davina southwards towards the where I was at before.
Oh, Joe.
See, as the hours have been going by, and Schrager's kind of staring off into nothing. You're not even sure if he's sleeping or not. Kind of wave a few times. You do hear some of the lizards. What the? Look out into the woods, and you see hundreds of small balls of light kind of dancing all around throughout the woods. Kind of
color?
like white. You see them flicker into existence and then disappear and flicker and disappear and disappear.
Do they stay within the woods like they don't?
They don't come towards you. It seems
Rena,
Yes,
light.
I see them.
Any light. What do?
Light is good. Just stay here.
Scary.
Stay within the light. You're safe within the light. Keep an eye and let me know if they get any closer. I'll be watching as well.
Okay.
say, for the sake of it, are you proficient in nature?
Nope.
Okay, never mind.
Checking it for show.
But eventually, Kushaga, you kind of come to.
Do you see those?
What?
The lights.
You begin to start seeing them, almost like little flashlights.
Like the light is
Very
coming from
tiny.
underneath the canopy, or they're appearing above the canopy?
Yeah, within the woods. Yeah, so under the canopy of
Kind of
it.
like glow bugs.
Yeah, a little bit like that. Like tiny, but maybe the size of a baseball
I think
or so
sounds
at most.
Terrifying, but a little
Maybe a
glow
bit
bugs,
bigger
that's
than
fine.
that.
That's pretty big.
Displace your beasts.
Is it? Can I tell if it's
Land anglerfish.
Stop.
like intelligent, or like an animal, or a natural phenomenon?
Proficient in nature?
I don't think so.
Natural phenomenon.
Okay, that's scary. It's called a landlord.
Are any of the
Not sure.
lizards proficient in nature?
They got it.
No, but old Timmy girl is.
Might actually be.
Correct.
No.
Of course not.
It's a learned
They're
thing.
civilized.
I'm going
Good at
I don't
surviving.
know if
live
Davina
in it.
knows
Yeah.
that Tim is proficient in nature.
About knowing things or not knowing things. They are unfamiliar with this
Don't
though.
wake me up if you don't want to. But I also feel like we would know what people are proficient with. We've
By
been
this
traveling-
point,
we've
We've been traveling
with
together
each other
for 80 sessions.
Long time.
Yeah.
Do you think anybody knows what they are? Do you think it's worth waking somebody up?
Who's proficient?
I think until something
Happens?
happens, we should
Alright.
wait. Let them rest.
Yes, yeah, you're right.
Be on guard.
You kind of drifted off there. Do you sleep with your eyes open often? Because
I
I've not
wasn't
seen you
I
sleeping with
wasn't
your eyes
sleeping.
open.
I was just thinking about what I saw today,
Oh.
what it could mean.
Anything come to mind? No.
Not yet. Not really. No.
You see these shadows? Like those shadows, are they appearing? All these lights are flashing?
No, it seems just these,
Lights.
yeah, again, like just glowing orbs surrounding you guys. At times there are many, and at times there are few.
Keep an eye until it's time to wake Lucian up.
So it continues on for a while. Eventually, Lucian, you take your shift.
I let him know about them and just wake us up if
Orbs.
something happens.
Do they resemble my dancing lights by chance?
Semi, yeah.
Kind of, yes.
Very similar.
Yes.
There's a
No.
subtle difference to them, but very similar. Very similar.
Quite similar.
Interesting.
They haven't gotten closer.
No?
I haven't seen any of those shadows either.
Are they performing any kind of route, or is it just a
It's
horde?
just random.
Maybe like 20 feet around at their closest. That's
And
as
it's, like,
close as they would be.
random.
Yeah.
Okay, just random.
Keep my eyes peeled.
The lizards know.
Perfect.
Lucian, slout.
I steal lights too, my boy.
Alright,
You sleep.
Go sleep. I'll take it from here.
So one more perception check.
Yeah.
Nope.
No, hard pass. 14.
Okay.
could be worse.
So keeping an eye. As the hours continue to pass by, the lizards kind of starting to nod off. Some of them getting a little bit, bored or what have you, as they're trying to keep their watch. Notice one of the lights kind of getting a little bit close to the camp. Maybe by the time you notice, it's about 5 or so feet away from one of the lizard men,
Yeah.
who's kind of like half attention. He doesn't seem to notice it right now. He's standing near a torch as it kind of goes invisible at the moment.
Yeah. I'll do dancing orb right over towards where that is.
Okay. See it light up for a moment.
Anything?
All of a sudden you see the lizard kind of... As a spark flies towards him and this orb kind of hovers next to him. He stabs towards it. His weapon goes completely through this strange orb thing.
I know what they are.
What do you want to do?
Yes.
I will
Okay.
mind sliver it.
Okay.
And
Intelligence?
save. Yeah.
10.
Excuse me.
Alright. Takes 3d6 damage.
Okay.
Oh, 12. Nice.
This
Of
one.
psychic damage.
Triple fours.
See this thing kind of like flutter in its light for a moment before it goes invisible again, and you don't know where it's gone to as the lizard's kind of
You shook me.
Come back. Away from the lights.
Sparky.
Are you alright?
Hurts though.
Do you think I can hold out the night?
babies.
Not babies.
Weapon no good.
Weapons no good. Yes.
It's scary light.
Perhaps fashion you with torches. Perhaps it might not react well to light.
It's torch.
You were standing next to the torch when this attacked him.
Fuck.
Idiot.
Idiot.
You shouldn't be
It's not
sleep.
intelligent.
keep scaring.
Right. Hold still. How many of you are out here?
5 on watch.
5 on watch? Stay within our orb. Stay here. I'll cast Lucian's tiny hut.
Okay.
Stay there. And then watch as the orbs, if they get closer,
Okay.
I'll be...
Cast
Okay.
with all of us in it?
I'll cast with the lizard folk that are awake.
Definitely.
Say over the next couple of hours, you have to ward off 3 more of these. How are you doing so?
Mine's never worked first
Each time?
Yeah.
Okay.
And save, and save, and save.
Fail. Okay, that one passes actually with a 20.
Okay.
And we'll do these
It's got a
attacks.
range of 60 feet, so if it's like...
Okay, if you notice them getting close in,
Yeah.
so that one would have passed, but it would do half damage.
No.
Okay, so that one potentially gets into camp, and we'll do an attack against one of the lizards.
Sleepy lizard?
It does hit him.
Because,
Wait, how does it get into... How does...
I've got
the
Lucian's.
sleeping lizard. Oh, right.
You missed it, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Are they?
No,
is it
that's-
covering above all of the lizards? Okay,
Yeah,
so it
I've
wouldn't
got
actually be
myself
able
and
to.
the ones that are awake.
Okay, so
inside the hut.
it will come towards the horde, but it won't be able to actually get
just
into
like-
the tent.
Yeah.
Finish it off.
Yeah.
Sends it away.
Yeah.
And then one more is a 10. So no.
Yeah.
As you're warding them off, you know that for a certainty you never once destroyed any one of them, but it seems to be like the infliction of this pain in regards to it has at least sent them away temporarily at bare minimum until you kind of feel that soft sunrise beginning to wake everybody, and as morning eventually does come. So morning of Om Day.
I also forgot.
Happy old
I
day.
can help out with watches from now on.
Oh yeah, you don't need to sleep, do you?
I only need to do short rests. So
We're just so
Dope.
used to being like the elves.
I still love sleeping. I
Yeah.
love a good
Tim loves a good sleep.
Right, but to recover all my shit, I only need to do a short rest.
But if need be, yeah.
Oh, dope.
Okay.
Cool. That's actually super handy.
So I don't need that full 8 hours to actually get all my spell slots back.
Was that a 10th level thing that just happened?
No,
or-
it's just key points are over short rest.
Do you still not risk the chance of exhaustion on?
Yeah, if you don't like sleep for a while, that would be
but
the risk.
Also, I'm short resting, and I would be I would only be up for 4 hours.
Yeah.
I don't think I run the risk of the way we play.
Yeah.
That's all. Anyway, I can just help.
Fair.
Just saying.
Or if we need to wake you or something.
Might take you up.
Yeah, don't feel bad about like waking me up and
so
during
yeah,
a long rest.
Om Day. So as the sun rises, we'll take a quick little break, and then we'll come back after that. So as we return from break, and morning comes to you all
Daylight come and what to go.
on the Om Day.
Too fast.
So you guys will have to feed your horses if you want them to live.
Yes.
Well, we're kind of leaving them here.
Fatten them up.
I mean, you can just leave a bucket of feed in a barrel and here you go, boys. So anyway, you guys establish a plan. But it is morning.
That
and
was me.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna be upset if I smell that over here.
you'll have to eat yourselves as well if you want to avoid.
When would you be agree to doing that? No, Ghost.
Spicy.
Salt and pepper person.
Lizardy.
Just keeping track of rations and stuff. is all.
Okay.
You eat?
Are we
your
going to
ration.
rations or did we bring...
I'm not sure what
I
you
have
guys have for
18
food,
rations,
so.
personally.
Davina doesn't do rations.
Yeah, we.
Okay, well, that's Davina's problem.
Yeah, that's a Davina problem.
That sure sounds like a you crap.
Didn't you
You
pick
and
up
me,
food on your
probably.
way out?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have your own meals basically.
Yeah.
They're not rations; they're
Davina
meals.
ready.
But
Yeah,
they
but they're
have.
like...
You got mostly like relatively preserved goods, if I recall, but
Yeah.
they are going to start to rot way quicker. They will rot eventually rather
I
than
know.
rations
Brought to you by the dick
won't,
number.
right? But anyway, you're fine for now. It's only been a couple days.
She can't stomach them.
Yeah, it's been
I know,
like
but
3
I was
days.
like, I'll eat one right in front of you, but she's gonna puke it up.
I mean, it's not my job to find you alternatives.
No, I know. I have my own alternatives.
I will find you alternatives, though. A ration?
Meat.
I create
This was meat.
food and water for everyone, including Bashira.
Okay, well, I'm not eating my ration then.
Yeah, I make
That'd be really funny if she did it like after we had our breakfast, like, oh, this is awful.
Oh, come on.
We're ready, she's like,
I know. I already crossed it off on my
Man, I
thing.
barely made it through that this morning.
I make sure to like bring some to last me for like supper because I know it only lasts 24 hours. So
No problem.
bring it with you and eat it within 24 hours.
Thank you,
But sure eats everything you're putting in front of her within seconds, if possible.
Keep trying to remember.
Till her belly's like kind of protruding, and she's like, oh.
Don't eat yourself into pain, little one.
Now, I must tell you all,
Flames shoot out of her nostrils.
last night we did see, and I'm eating my ration this morning,
I hear ya.
we did see some mystical glowing orbs that were traversing through the woods.
Not unlike Lucian's
Not
dancing
unlike,
legs.
not unlike my orbs that I do protrude. But,
Wizards?
no. They were shocking. Quite literally shocked one of the
Oh, I
lizard
used
folk.
to do that.
They didn't
But I'm not sure.
do anything with
How
me,
did they?
but
I managed to shoo them away.
they came
Used the
close.
magic of my own. They did. They were not afraid of the fire.
Huh.
I'm proficient in nature.
Me too.
Okay, if you guys want to try and establish what these are, nature check.
They were like,
You want help?
Yeah, well,
guidance.
vamos.
As I try to explain down to the T what they are.
25.
Nice.
Okay, you guys are correct in your theories that these were will-o-wisps. They are an undead spirit, essentially. They are kind of malevolent, wispy balls of kind of haunting, lonely energy that typically hang around like battlefields. They're usually bound by a dark fate in some capacity and kind of feed on fear and despair and emotions as such.
You succeed many times in long battles.
Well, this is not the most appealing place, so
So do they only go after? Why did they attack
Just curious.
they just attack the living
later?
creatures.
They did nothing for hours.
Curious. Who's to say? He's dead.
Maybe them being around enough caused the fear and for them to move in.
Perhaps.
Maybe.
Lizard folk do seem to be scared of the things.
Basted the fear to their feet.
Yeah.
We don't like ghosts.
Scary.
I'm gonna take out my the half of my smudge stick and kind of light that up and
If we're going into the woods, I think it's better to be prepared. Or, better safe than sorry.
I'd like to do a quick run down on everyone to kind of bless their bodies basically as we're traveling.
Blessing smoke.
Yes.
Okay.
It's good.
Take smoke.
Oh, smelly.
Yeah, sorry. Nothing I can do about that.
Alright. So we head toward the rift.
If that's what Kushaga wants to do.
Yes.
That's what I want to do.
I think
I feel you will
I'm
keep having
curious.
visions until we answer them.
Alright.
This is the closest I think I'm going to get for a very long time, so I'd like to take this moment.
Yep, whatever you want to do, I got you back.
Now, one thing I do have to mention is the horse did not want to go close to this place. That is why it ran off. So we might have a hard time getting all of the horses over there.
Well, do we want to maybe keep camp here and keep the lizard folk and horses here, and we'll venture forward and then come back and scale this ledge?
It's a good idea.
We may need to sleep on it by the time we get back again, but they bite your head
Depending on what happens when we get there, also.
and how long it takes.
Maybe setting up a telekinetic link with John, or you'd be at range.
How long would it take? Can I make a
I can
scroll
send a message.
of a spell?
Yeah, I mean, you got... It costs...
Ink and paper.
I got those.
I think it also takes time and money as well.
Ink and paper's the sole economy here.
I think money's supposed to represent
The paper and ink. It does represent the materials used.
Ooh, God, it's been a while since...
crafting's tough and 5e.
So I'd like to make a
Yeah, Jesus.
Crafting spell scrolls might be in...
Lucian's tiny hat on a scroll for them to use.
I think they still have to have.
How long does it take to craft it?
If you request it.
Also,
been a hot
I'm
minute.
pretty sure that if they can't cast it, you can't just cast it through the scroll. You can't actually cast it.
No, because
If they roll a high enough Arcana check.
Yeah.
Okay.
it's all on the dice. But
If we... they need a light source. That's the most important thing.
I think it takes like a bunch of hours to craft a spell.
yeah, okay.
Yeah, I've seen it many times. I'm trying to find...
Pretty sure it's in
here we go.
Xanathar's.
DMG, downtime section.
Never mind.
Probably the same as copying a spell into a spell book.
I think it's even more than that.
I would think
I would
so.
say so.
I think.
It takes... Generally, I think it takes days, if I'm not mistaken, though.
Really? Yeah. That's annoying.
Yeah. 28. See?
It wouldn't surprise me if it's like time depending on the spell level as well.
Yeah, that definitely is a factor in it for sure as well. Well, that's
Okay, if you're
not-
doing a cantrip, it's 1 day and 15 gold. If you're doing a first level spell slot, it's 1 day and 25 gold. Second, 3 days, 250. Third level, 1 week, 500. And it just
Okay.
Is
scales
that
up.
Xanathar's?
It's in Xanathar's.
Okay, it is. Okay, great.
Wow.
Yeah, I have page on 133.
Do we have any
Awesome,
light
awesome.
sources that we could give
I
them?
have my copy here.
Torches,
Just
128 or
anything
31?
until we get back.
133.
big ass sword.
No, I swear.
I did,
Cool.
that-
So there you go. Ah, great. Love it. So there you have it.
So I'm looking at it.
So we'd be
I
that.
have it copied down.
Do some fun downtime stuff.
My inventory.
Yeah, I think there's some old stuff in the DMG that I was looking at, and I was like, eh, it's not that helpful. That's way better.
Well, I knew it was in Xanathar's because
Nice
I
one.
wanted to craft stuff, right? So.
So it takes you guys maybe an hour or
They
two
must have
at
to
most
proceed.
to get
Oh, and we
yourselves
copy it.
organized. But if you're leaving camp as it is, it'll take you a little bit less, I guess, if you're not deconstructing everything.
I don't think we're
You even jump my tinderbox.
Okay.
I leave
going.
Okay.
some extra candles just.
Okay.
I can actually, yeah, whatever.
It's better than
Whoa.
no light.
I
What
can
if,
craft a fire starter for
Grab sticks if you need and light those up.
They know how to use fire.
I'm just
try.
giving options since we don't have torches.
We no way fight scary lights.
I would do, yeah, I'm doing all the lizard folk too, just making sure they're good.
Tim Del bless.
Well, I
Yes.
sure.
Tim Douglas.
Okay.
We feel blessed.
Oh, that's nice.
Tyndale, stop talking.
Are you ready to go?
I believe so.
I'm good too.
Okay. So, assuming you guys are making your way back to that location,
I don't.
okay. So it'll take you a few hours. As the lizards kind of like, you guys walk, eventually disappear into the woods beyond. Kind of cross the road back into the woods, continuing southward. Warm day.
We're all gonna die.
No, actually, before we leave,
What are you gonna do?
I want to cast Guardian of Faith. Lasts for 8 hours.
At the camp?
Yeah.
Okay. Amazing. Let me just see.
What'd that do?
Kills lizard folk.
Oh, no. It literally says it in the spell description.
A large
This is
spectral
a super
guardian
racist
appears and
spell.
hovers for the duration in an unoccupied space of your choice that you can see within range. Which I do. Okay.
So creatures that move within 10 feet of the guardian. So it could potentially be like in the middle of camp, and then anything that comes within 10 feet of camp for 8 hours, bang, bang.
Besides us.
Nice.
Okay, great.
Cool.
You can choose, right?
What's it look like?
She said it was like tiny little like skeleton fairies, basically. Like
Any creature that is hostile to you.
Good.
Okay, so 8 hours.
So it's
not
maybe
very
around
close, so
7
it's just
a.m.
like,
right
oh.
now, so 3 p.m. or so that would last until.
Yeah, well, it's better
That's pretty
than
good.
nothing.
food, absolutely.
Better than nothing
You
for
know they're
sure.
gonna fight.
He was just matching the time, that's all.
All right, nice. That's
I wonder if-
awesome. It's
actually, I
like,
wonder if I can
whoa.
do something.
Make it look like an angelic lizard person. The protector.
No, my spirit guardians are Levi and my
Yeah, but
buddies.
this isn't a spirit guardian. This is
This
like
is a guardian of faith.
Oh, right, my guardian of
Faith.
faith is
Oh, that's right. Spirit guardians, right.
a
Big Levi.
skeletal figure.
Yeah.
It's okay.
It's okay. It's okay.
It's not like
Ghost.
Yes, it's ghost. It's good ghost.
Oh, God.
Ghost don't like either, but it's big red magic.
Big red.
Why you called their
I had
Okay.
50 sessions.
Big red
That makes
magic.
me so happy.
We wait.
Yeah.
Big eye roll.
Big red magic.
See you in dark night.
Big fires. Big fire.
We will stay.
I let them know that it goes down at a certain time, and not to go outside of like 10 feet of it.
Okie dokie.
Stay close to the ghost.
And Vashira, is she flying around as well, or is she being confined?
Can she be like not flying but out?
Yeah.
Keep her like close to us. maybe.
Shira, stay close.
On the card?
It just lands on your shoulder.
Right back in the car.
Right.
That kind of curls her tail around your neck a little bit to kind of like hold on.
Tight.
Some spells left
Bless
and
you.
right.
He's
All of
Tyndale's
I
spot.
hate these woods.
Respect it.
Allergies.
Allergies.
Guess I'll walk.
Tyndale,
Got
man.
2 shoulders. Who's got 2 shoulders?
I feel like Bashir takes up all of
I was
your
gonna say
shoulder.
he's bigger than I am.
Who's big lizard? Don't see issue.
It's fine. I'll use my beam. I haven't used them in a while.
Nice.
She's on his shoulders.
Okay.
So, you guys are leaving, making your way.
Walking fast.
So, it takes you guys about 4 hours to get there.
Cool.
Eventually, you guys.
I haven't touched it, right?
You're crazy, man.
The table does move. Don't worry about it.
No,
It's
but
quite a precarious
it
pile.
set itself up again.
It
So,
was a will-o-wisp.
It's a bit of
as you guys continue through, eventually you.
Juju.
It was my guardian of faith.
It was over here. This way.
You sure?
Yes.
Seen this tree before.
look like last 5 minutes ago.
Who's just gonna gaslight Kushanga?
That's my free action to gas.
So funny.
Eventually, you push through, and you guys see the similar ruins. Well, the same ruins exactly. However, as you guys get in, you start pushing through the trees and noticing the architecture around and the kind of crumbling stone that still remains, and everything is completely overgrown except for the center where a lot of it has been dismantled, taken apart, and is worn back down to the stone beneath that greenery. As you guys venture in, you all of you see these black and white flecks in the air. And as you get a little bit closer, only Barrett sees the small rip in the fabric of reality, as well as Kushagra.
Well, you weren't lying about it.
You
Just
can see
this,
it.
About what?
like maybe 10-foot long seam with maybe a 2 or 3 inch crack, kind of just down, floating maybe 2 or 3 feet above the ground, and just.
Isn't it the strangest thing?
What is it
What
that you
you
see?
I don't see a rip. I see these black little dots.
You see them?
Yeah,
See
the
the
dots,
specks?
yes.
Yeah,
the
they're coming out of
specks.
they're coming out of the portal.
They're just around the area.
Around the.
They kind of fade in, fade out.
You can see the
Again, kind of like tired waking eyes when
Oh,
you have
you guys
the
not see the portal?
blotchy.
Yeah.
You can see that?
I can see it. Yes.
What's wrong with eyes?
It's not your eyes. It's
What's your eyes hurt?
How close are we to this thing?
Well, that effect that
At
you
least
Like how
within
many-
60 feet or so.
Okay. I don't want to get within 10 feet of it to be able to see it.
Well, it's all that I couldn't see the thing that brought you here, but I can see what it brought you here for.
Well, these gray flecks. This is similar to what I was seeing
But you were seeing them in.
in color. Yes.
You wouldn't see something that was projected into his mind, though.
No, which is probably why I couldn't see the original objects that he was talking about.
What if you take something in like a rock and try to throw it at the rift and see what happens? If there's like an eruption of energy, or I mean, if you don't
I
think
know what my vote is.
I mean, if you don't think it's a good idea, it's just a suggestion.
We should.
I understand. I'm also allowed to disagree with said suggestion.
No, I know.
Yes.
I think that we should try and interact with it. I don't think we should throw a rock at it.
Okay.
Maybe poke it with a stick.
Oh my god.
I am all for poking with the stick.
I'm all for poking with a stick as well.
Do you
That
have
sounds better than the rock.
Timdale, do you have an idea of how we should poke it with the
I'm gonna
stick?
start walking.
I need the thing from Friends with all the fucking chopsticks so I can do it from 60 feet away.
I'm gonna slowly start seeing if I can feel anything coming off of it the closer I
Please be
get.
careful.
I'm not going to touch it.
He's not very close to it yet.
Do you have any suggestions? What are your thoughts?
Or are you doing?
Getting closer to it to see if I can feel anything come off of it, or like if it's any type of pull or push.
Okay. How close are you willing to get?
Just keep step at a time.
So, 20 feet, 10 feet.
I'd probably stop about 5-10 feet. Yeah.
Okay. You feel nothing at the moment. You see this kind of black carve into the realm. If you circle around, it
Yeah.
doesn't change.
Is there anything? Does it look like there's anything inside? Can I see anything inside the?
Just blackness at the moment, but it's only again 2 or 3 inches wide, so quite small.
Can I investigate the symbols on the ruins? Didn't you say that there were
There are no symbols.
As
The
I'm
ruins
reading
themselves
the
are
ruins.
so old and dilapidated that they are worn down beyond ability to decipher where they came from or who made them.
As I'm walking around it, I'm dragging my tail to make essentially a. This is where it is.
Okay.
Much like in the Bavarian Valley when I tried to tap into
Nature.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I was able to connect the magic flowing through Mora essentially.
Mhm.
I would kind of want to tap into what I was doing then based on our map and the triangle essentially to see if there is any kind of, I mean, I'm using the word ley line, but you know what I mean, a force that is here that's creating this rift. Is this man-made? Is it natural? Is this a crack in reality, or is this somebody casting something, or is this, born out of the energy just in this shadow woods?
Okay. if you want to do so, you can roll me a wisdom check.
Yeah, kind of like
Take you about at least a half an hour to an hour to do so.
sitting. Yeah, I tell nobody. I just go and sit as close to the thing as I like.
As I
On
put
the border of
On the-
like
right.
what you carved out.
Exactly, and sit there and just kind of put my fingers back into the ground if I can. And
Do I see any footprints or anything?
Not particularly. Again, it's mostly stone where you guys are. Like if this was a big structure at one point, you would be on the interior of it. So it wouldn't. It's hard to see if there's any footprints around. But you do see all of the like used equipment. There's axes, shovels, cages, things like that, scattered around the area. Evidence of what you guys know now as shifters.
One? Worth it.
It's like a boom all at once. Shit.
Gotta stop using that tiny die. You give it a break.
I
Doesn't
think
know
I
it's
usually take
replacing
a
them
round.
all
Real
start-
small numbers.
Yeah. Tiny dials.
So big.
Let it know it's replaceable, you know?
9. Okay, so you spend about an hour or so. By the end of which you've not really been able to tap into anything particular. Nothing is coming to you. You surround yourself with that silence as much as possible, but your mind only appears blank thereafter.
so as my hands are like inside of the earth, I just like take all of the roots that are in between my fingers and just start just like pull them out of frustration.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
there's our
There's nothing around here. I don't know what's going on. I'm not sure what it is. I mean, obviously there's something here, but I don't know what. I don't know why. I don't know
Is there
why.
anything else around the ruins? I'm not looking for
Books.
books.
Keep a book.
Potential
Just like
other
the
signs of
Venus
shifters.
he's looking for.
Honestly, there really isn't much. There again, just these kind of scraps of remnants of campsites. Like you can see bits of cloth, things of that capacity. You know, burnt down campfires that have been long kind of left dormant for months, possibly years. Who knows?
Right.
Any like crates of sorts or anything?
Yeah, there's a few discarded crates, all of which are kind of like empty and just left basically for nature to kind of consume them. There are a few like cages though still, or what appear to be kind of like big, large crates that are again big enough to host like a medium to large size creature for some of them.
Can I get how far away from the rift did you draw the circle?
It's completely. Essentially,
Like
I was
how
standing in
far?
front of it and then walking around it.
5 feet.
So
It's,
like 5
it's,
feet?
it's like a 2-foot circle. Like,
Yeah.
Can I go up to the perimeter of the circle and cast Eyes of the Grave? Just to kind of look around to see if I see any.
You do so. There's nothing there,
Okay.
unfortunately.
I have a bad idea, but it's an idea.
Do it.
I'm going to
Support.
take out the.
You want to tell
The
us?
liar.
You want to, you want.
I'm going to put my head through it.
Were you just going to do that without telling us?
Yes.
Yes.
Just see if his head disappears.
I'm going to use the liar, and I'm going to cast protection from good and evil on myself.
It's good and
Talk to
evil,
us.
or do
Yeah,
you have
I don't
to
think it's a good idea for you to go in there. I think
Yeah.
this is a shifter's den. I think that's what it is.
What is it? Is it good and evil, or is it
Good or
pick
evil?
one?
I have protection. I had creatures that are aberrations, celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, or undead have disadvantage against attack rolls. I also can't be charmed by them, frightened by them, or possessed by them.
Cool. Awesome. That's awesome.
Let's at least tie a rope around your waist.
Yeah, okay.
Hang on to
That
it.
also would come in here.
Well, I wasn't going to go completely in. I was just going to.
No,
You might not have a choice.
Yes.
That's true.
Might
Part of
suck you
yourself.
When
in.
your head's gone
Precisely.
We don't know what this is.
A little shorter.
and headless. Nearly headless Nick.
Nice.
I-
I'll tie the rope.
Yeah, I'll hold it.
I don't think I
Not
can
well.
win you back if you
Lose a head.
not
You'll
only
be
because
alright.
of that. No.
Don't let this,
Don't worry, you've been.
scare you. You'll be alright.
Death told me I
One
had
and done.
one and done, and that's it.
I believe that's
can't.
for interpretation, perhaps. Maybe one each one of us.
Yes,
Yes.
that's where I'm.
Everyone gets one, you know what I mean?
I'm hoping,
What about Archie? I thought that
but he
would
already
be
had his one.
able to go through.
I cannot see it.
You can't see what?
The rift. I don't know where it is.
Oh.
But there's a
we know
circle.
where it is based on the circle.
You could also put on the cap that allows you to have true sight.
Up to 10 feet. I can put it on
Might
you.
save you your head. Archie wouldn't mind.
Nick's like,
He's
I
lost his
want
head a
my
couple times.
in it.
Okay, I pull it out and I start putting it on Lucian.
This is a safer idea, Barrett. I know
Takes a
that you're
minute.
disappointed you won't go headless now.
Okay, Archie.
What's it look like?
Yeah, what?
You're not going to like this one.
Ah, fuck.
Alright.
I know usually.
Who am I gonna be killed by?
Well,
This is
we don't know.
nice. This is nice. I like it here.
you see that over there?
Eh?
Right in front of us. I've got the bed dead on.
But Archie doesn't see.
Spot on.
But I'm sure he could still fly into it.
Well,
If Lucian like
there's
shoved
something
him
there
in.
you're not going to like.
Can Archie see through your eyes, or is that
No.
like a...
No, it's not quite how it works.
Shove him in!
Alright, Archie. I'm going to take control.
Ah, all right, take the wheel.
Alright. I'm gonna...
So as you go into him, you
I
don't see.
forgot that I said it after I got into Archie.
Yeah. So when you get into him, you won't see it anymore because you're using his perception.
But you know where.
I'll have...
But you know where it is.
Point it.
Yeah,
and
you
then
know
I'll
where it
go
is.
towards
Oh, cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's going to start flying towards it.
Well, you're gonna start flying towards
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, or I suppose rather.
You, him, me, you, him. Dead.
Flies straight through. Nothing happens.
Could have sworn that there's something here.
Did I see Archie kind of go through the...
Pass through it like it was nothing, like it wasn't even there.
This could be only an Audi and not an Innie.
I'm sorry.
That was
What?
easy. That's all.
Yeah, go
More
ahead.
missions like this.
It might not end so well. Let's just see what... Maybe there's something else to this.
I think one of two things.
Right?
Either only this is an exit, not an entrance, or only he can go through.
Oh, we need to actually be able to physically see it as you're passing through it.
He can see it.
And so, yeah.
I'm saying it's more, it might be a shifter thing.
Maybe it's inert and we can't interact with it. At any rate, I feel more confident that I can at least see if I'm just gonna walk up to the barrier and like put my hand out
How close are you getting?
to the barrier. I mean, like the circle that you drew.
See, as you see
Wait for that same
Kushagra,
feeling as
and you can see
before.
it. The closer you get, you see it begin to start opening up.
Yeah.
Which wasn't the case when I was around.
You feel it start like
happening?
slow, like it
as soon
almost
as it
starts
starts to
sucking you in.
expand, I'm gonna stop
Okay. And you feel this kind of like
and draw. Do you feel that?
I seen that.
You're standing closer than I am. Can you feel that?
Do I feel any breeze
No pull.
or... No?
It's like there's a great wind at my back pushing me.
you see his
towards it.
heels like skidding along the stone very slowly.
Quickly unwrapping.
It's not like it's not very strong pull, but
Unwrap
it's something.
It's persistent. I think I'd like to try.
Would you like the rope?
Yes.
I also take my staff and I use it on you.
What does it do? Will it hurt?
Stops you from
No, it won't
dying
hurt.
outright.
Oh, I love that.
It hurts a lot.
Are you even rolling for recharges?
She hasn't really been using it.
Sure.
And no, so it comes back
nice.
at dawn.
As long as you don't use them all.
And I haven't used them all. So where the frick is it?
Yeah, you're death warded. If he goes down to 0, he instead goes to 1 HP.
relentless.
Oh,
And then it
it's
goes away.
relentless,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
also
good.
not throw a bark inspiration in yet.
That's great. I don't want to be morbid, but
Yeah, death ward.
just in case, would you mind holding this for me? It's the earth elemental stone and my alchemy jug, and
All your other magic items?
yeah,
Vashira.
Yeah, we'll come look at you. No, I
not all of them. I'm gonna take the things that I still might be able to use.
Gloves.
But
Yeah.
cloak, bring up telekinesis.
Yeah.
I'll take the word elemental.
Collar of anti-magic. I'm doing anything.
Do you want me or Davina to send you a message when you come... If you disappear? Just in
As
case...
soon as I cross over.
Okay.
Godspeed.
see you soon.
Bye.
2 tugs means pull me back.
You got it. Who's the bull?
3 tugs it is.
2 tugs.
Oh, 2?
So as soon as you cross over,
Yeah, 3.
I will send you a message.
Count to 5 and send me a message.
And send you a message, and then we'll pull you back if on 2 tugs, if we can.
What does 1 tug mean?
None of your business.
I don't know why I said 2 tugs. Yeah, there's frantic tugging on the rope.
Continue tugging.
That wasn't 2 tugs. The guy's fine.
That was like 3.5.
Like he's having fun.
He's still tugging.
Ah, it stopped. Oh, okay. He's fine.
He didn't say anything about constant tugging.
Sounds like something's struggling at the end of this.
Nah, you said 2 tugs specifically.
Alright, I'm gonna step forward and like
That would be Lucian's logic.
let myself be pulled through. It's like when you're...
So you're tying a rope around yourself? Is that correct?
Yeah.
Who's holding that? Usk?
I am as well.
Barrett?
I'm like...
Tie it to a stone structure.
Who's his storm structure?
Yeah, you guys hanging on to it, and I'll get the loose
Stronger than
the
stone.
end of it and wrap it around the
Cinch it.
Who's his iron?
We want to feel the tug, not watch for the tug.
I can also like be on it, and I can go for soul and shit.
Hold it.
Anyway, everybody's
Plus,
holding
Okay,
no
there's
one's
a
getting...
fair bit of...
I'm
Even Bashir's
just
got her
saying,
teeth on one
I have
end.
the second highest strikes if I go crystal, right? So I can.
This is true.
Okay, so as you have this rope tied around you, you look back and your companion's all holding on to the other end of it, and you stare forth at this rift as it opens up. And you just see black inside. As you allow yourself to be pulled, you all see Kushagra. His body seems to be sucked in rapidly. The rope goes loose.
I'm instantly
Kushagra.
sending to Kushagra. The rope's gone.
Nothing?
Different
There's a
players.
5... No, but there's a 5%.
Kushagra. Nothing happens yet for you guys. As you guys see him disappear, Kushagra passing through, you enter a dark space. You feel this pull. Suddenly fast.
Is this like when my memory of being drawn through a space where my scream has no sound?
Yes. As you enter an area devoid of color and feeling, cold crawls into your heart. You see large trees whose branches are bare, but thick, spread around and above you. Amongst the trees you see sparkling dots that appear as stars. But as you look, you notice that they are the eyes of onlookers. You see hundreds of them, staring widely and unblinkingly at you. This is really a poor choice of...
I'd like to when it was
There we go.
happening.
Well, this is nice. Okay.
Okay.
No, it's a
Oh, that's foreboding.
Matt goes, no, actually, I don't think this one either.
No, this is too happy.
A voice enters your mind. Welcome, lost one. Lost one. Welcome to Gra. You are home now. Be still. This is Verxa.
I'm gonna call out.
Must accept you first.
Who said that?
See the vines of the
Who's there?
trees begin to descend down towards you, like elongated fingers reaching through space. Do you allow them to grab you?
No! Get off of me!
Be calm.
So do I trust this voice?
Roll me an insight check.
I could have done that. Probably. I'm good at so many things. 16 or 19?
16 will be fine. You sense no malice or ill intent upon you through these words entering your mind. You sense not necessarily an aggressive demeanor from these vines as they reach towards you, and more of an embracing aspect.
All right, take me.
So as you allow them
Cat goes
to
limp.
wrap themselves around your arms and your legs and your waist, they gently begin to lift you into the air. Their grip is soft and gentle, like hundreds of small snake hugs around your limbs. You feel your muscles relaxing, feel the pull and the loosening of tightened muscles, sore from years of strain. As you are lifted into the canopy of trees, you feel your back kind of crack. Oh!
I didn't know I needed that.
A sense of like washing relief kind of across your whole body, into your toes, into your fingertips. Though it is silent, you feel the deep, nervous inhales of hundreds of onlookers as you are brought upward and placed upon the wide surface of a thick tree branch. You see ropes and nets around the area hanging as hundreds of tabaxi faces of all sorts stare at you intently. A voice in your mind again. We are your Janara. It means family. You were lost to us once. Another Lupta. Taken by the Takora. I am Trika, the Nirpa of the Janara, and I welcome you to your Pratyaga, a celebration of your return to Gra. As the silence is broken, as a long, growling whine slowly cuts through and builds, as more and more to begin in this sound, like this whining of cats, all just. The sound vibrates and resonates, something deep inside you, and you feel almost this animalistic instinct to join in with the others, kind of the.
I'm gonna resist.
As the noise quiets,
Not do that.
a grey tabaxi lands down from the branches above in front of you, soft and gentle, wearing a long, dark cloak, hangs along with their long braided hair of kind of beads dangle down and kind of jingle as they toss from side to side, kind of like. You see their face is old. A patch of white fur surrounds their left eye. They extend an arm toward you. You see their claws kind of partially extend as they do. You recognize this as instinctively as this traditional tabaxi greeting as they extend an arm towards you.
I'm just kind of uncertain. Raise my hand in the same way.
Clasp, like so. As you feel their nails dig into your arm, you do into them, and as you feel them begin to claw down, you follow the same rhythm as you draw blood. You see underneath your fingernails theirs, and they look at yours on theirs as well. A single unified clap from the onlookers follows this greeting. I'm going to ask you guys all to help me. 3, 2, 1.
There's always one. There's always one.
Sorry, lags.
Here's one.
As Trika looks at
Really
you,
gonna do it.
welcome back. You have been accepted
Is this in my mind or out loud?
in your mind. Everything is always in your mind right now. I see their lips do not move.
I'm gonna respond with telepathy. And are you the one who's been speaking to me this whole time? I'm new to speaking with my mind, and I couldn't tell which one of you was speaking to me.
None have called you. This is my first time seeing you.
But like just now, this whole explanation, you weren't speaking to me?
Oh, through that, yes.
Yeah, okay. Sorry. What was
Your arrival,
your name again?
Trika.
There's a lot of words in there that are unfamiliar to me.
The Gra. This is our home. is what we call it.
There's one word that I recognize, though. Takora.
Yes. The Korra. The hand of Getho. It takes from us.
This is how I was able to come back here.
This is your Pratyaga, we call it. Your return home. Very few come back. Welcome, child.
I can't be here.
You are Setyanatra. You have abilities. You are blessed with these, as am I. Sacred in our culture.
There are people where I come from that rely on these blessings.
Kind of looks at you. Where do you come from?
Mora?
We are in Mora. A part of it. This is the Shadowfell. We mirror the realm of the material.
The material realm is where I've been since I was taken.
You are now part of the Janara. You have been accepted.
Will I be able to come back if I leave?
I know not the answer to this. Most do not return. There's been many years since you were lost. Time is different here. Sad to say, it is unlikely that your parents have still alive.
It's okay, I barely remember them anyway. Do you know of how I can return? Is there a door that I can travel through?
The Trika believes that you can, if Getho accepts you to.
Is Getho here?
Getho is everywhere. You are guided by him.
I feel pretty lost right now.
I need to look at you for a moment. If you do not mind.
No matter.
So you're still like kind of
Oh, I'm still dangling in the tree.
a little bit. Begin to get put down. And as all of the other tabaxi begin to come down, start surrounding you, see hundreds of them. Different colors, blacks, whites, grays, oranges, different variations, some children, some elderly. And she kind of puts her hands upon your temple, closes her eyes. Clear your mind. You hear again the very low, droning, whining meow begin to kind of resonate around you.
I'll use that like tone that they're all crying out as my like focus to clear my mind and let that only that sound fill my head. Exactly.
The apple was like rotted. Left some food.
As a few minutes pass, You have been blessed. Long ago, there was a cataclysm. A great wound across the realm. Mora. They all kind of like has been broken. We have been waiting. That the Korra takes those in hopes that one will one day repair this tear and heal Mother Mora. Trika believes that this is you, Kushakra. You have the returned, and you have the sight.
I think I might be able to do what you're speaking of.
Kind of grabs your hands and clasps them. You must. We will keep disappearing. Our sons and daughters will go lost unless this is repaired. Around you, your brothers, your sisters. These are our people. This is our home, our Gra.
You said that time passes differently here.
Slower.
More slowly?
Yes.
So that means not much time has passed here relative to the amount of time that I've said this is outside of.
Slow? So,
Like, did my parents die? Did my parents age more quickly, or are they? Is it
or that more time has passed in the Shadowfell
Gotcha.
than in the material plane.
Gotcha.
Because the material plane would, let's say it works at like speed 1, Shadowfell would be half speed, for example. Feywild might be 2 times speed, for example.
Oh, that's it. Feywild is fast.
It-
Yeah,
time
Feywild's
moves
fast,
faster there,
Shadowfell's
time
slow.
moves slower
Yeah.
here. So if you're gone for, a decade, it could be 100 years or so, perhaps.
Do you have any memories of my family? Maybe from when you were a child?
If you are Satyanatra, it is possible you are my great grandfather or uncle.
Or both.
It is difficult to tell.
It's that kind of town, all right. It's a joke.
Also cats, yeah, it is.
It's true.
I do.
Gross.
Gross.
Trika. What is the name of the people here? This family.
This is our Janara.
What's the Janara means family? Is there a name of this Janara?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
That is us. We are the only that we know of. In these parts, we do not venture through or out of the forest. The Shadowfell is full of dangers, even here. The phase spiders.
Can I?
Oh no.
Did you say the face spiders?
Phase. Other creatures of the wilds. We live high in the trees. And we are safe here. But many go missing. Brought through in hopes to correct Mora.
I'm going to broadcast telepathically to halt everybody within 60 feet. And I'm just going to say, I know what you think I'm promised to do. I'm going to do everything I can to carry out this task. I can't promise that I'll do it successfully, but I can promise that I'll do everything I can.
Looking around as you kind of address everyone, their eyes are unblinking, staring widely at you.
Do they speak common?
They say nothing but speak a sort of, again, you hear this kind of telepathic broadcast. A Satyanetra like me. This is Kushagra's Pratyaga. He means us well. No more will we suffer. It is time soon.
I'm ready.
Come. She begins to leap down from branch to branch to branch, downwards. As the circle kind of opens up from you, you see all of them reaching their hands out and kind of lowering their head in your direction. You see hundreds of arms stretched towards you. You feel this tremendous weight and power and responsibility and a mixture of many emotions overcoming you in some capacity.
Kushagra's Jesus complex is growing exponentially.
Do you follow Trika?
Yeah. And I reach my hands out, just let them touch me.
You feel hundreds of small scratches as you do, small scratch, almost as each one is trying to take just a small piece of you before you go.
Drink my blood.
Really though. As you are led down, she comes to rest on a branch over top a large body of water, reflecting off of the surface. You see that dark kind of white light almost.
I've been here before, Trika.
This is the Jala.
Jelly. I've jumped in before as a boy.
If Getho wishes you so, this will take you.
What if he doesn't accept me?
Then you will stay here.
Okay. Nothing terrible happens though, right?
Don't think so.
Thank you, Trika, for giving me answers.
We put our faith in you, Kushagra.
I feel like I should give you something in return.
You give us hope. Restore peace to us, so that our sons and daughters do not go missing. They can live as they see fit. You have come to us with hope. Now go.
I'm going to give you something to remember me by. I might not make it back, but when you look upon this card, I want you to remember that somewhere, if I'm still alive, I'm doing everything I can. Now, which card should I pick? Random one?
She kind of looks at this. You hold fate in your hands.
I hold many fates in my hands. Endless possibilities.
She pulls out a sack, kind of dumps a few things into her hand, and you see bits of bones, sort of scraps of like teased down petrified wood and things like that. Tools of the Setyanatra.
We all have our tools, I guess.
She kind of goes through them and picks one very black-looking stone, shined and polished. Something to remember by.
This is the 8 of Pentacles. The craftsman. Sitting apart from civilization.
Wasn't Jesus a carpenter?
Trade artist.
That's fate, baby. That's fate.
That's fate right there.
It is Easter Monday, y'all.
It is Easter.
And his head
Easter
exploded.
special.
Easter special.
Brought to you by the Easter Bunny.
Yeah.
The Easter Tabaxi.
The Easter Tabaxi. Oh god.
So we'll be pressed.
8 of
Did
Pentacles.
you comment? And we're Deluge the douche.
Um,
That's Lucius douche comment of the
So
that'll say goodbye.
as you kind of have this moment with her and she passes you this just small black stone, it seems insignificant, but to her it means many things. It can mean many things. You see, it's kind of shaped in a way where it has very odd sides that all seem to sit flush at one side or another. Like it'll never really be rocky as it sits. It'll always settle on one side completely.
Like a die.
Pardon?
Like a 20-sided die.
Sort of. It just doesn't actually have markings on it, but yes.
This is the stone. Let you know.
No, that's good stuff.
Getho be with you.
And also with you.
It really is Easter.
Lift our paws up to the
and
Lord.
yeah, I'm going to leap off.
You land in the water and you see the ripples kind of.
Oh no, it did work.
Strika sits in the tree. You see many of the other Tabaxi starting to come down and looking. You see, looking around, you see hundreds of eyes again, just surrounding you. As you feel this sinking pull feeling grab onto you. And suddenly, you are thrust through cold, windless air, blackness. And the rest of you, as you are like literally pulling the rope back as it completely loosens, standing there with, empty rope in your hands loose rope rather in your hands as it kind of pulls out of the rift, and you just see an empty loop.
I can just picture us all like bickering, like what the fuck happened?
All of a sudden, Yashaga flies out from this rift and just tumbles down into the ground in front of you guys. And you see, Barry, you would see it kind of close back up pretty tightly.
It's still there, but tight.
Quite tight.
Are you okay?
Nice rock.
I'm okay.
You weren't gone all that long.
Really?
A few minutes, maybe.
If that.
It was at least an hour.
The rope did not work.
So I have an idea where you were then.
I went home.
Where's home?
And the shadow fell.
Spooky.
Like
It's a little spooky.
creepy, like when we were.
Yes, but there was other Tabaxi there. And I spoke with them. And they told me that that we're doing the right thing.
Did they tell you what this rift is?
I don't think they really understand it themselves.
Well, it's
My
sealed
guess-
but not gone.
My guess is that it's some leftovers from when Mora was divided. It's a rift in Mora. And that's how these Tabaxi were pulled through, like myself. Apparently there's others like me that have been pulled out. And until we repaired Mora to her previous state, more will be pulled through all the time.
Who's that?
So you weren't taking your hold through.
I think the shifters are less orchestrating these things and more taking advantage of the situation.
Mm-hmm.
They set up here, capture
Waiting.
whoever's spit through.
So that means that Rara was also.
Spat through. He must have.
I'll have to let him know as soon as possible.
One of us can send a message if you'd like.
Or I offered it to Davina last night, but I could have you set up in the dream state and talk to Rara, so you'd have as much time as you need to kind of talk.
That might be better, just because there's some things that I'll have to explain in great detail.
Yeah, I can set that up for you.
So is there anything else we can do at this site right now?
I don't think so.
Right.
Sometimes.
Around 12 or 1 o'clock or so in the afternoon, give or take.
Lizard boys?
We should get back before the spell ends.
Yes, I agree.
I mean, we probably won't be back, but
Soon after.
soon after, yes.
So do we want to camp there again tonight and start fresh up run up that hill tomorrow?
I'm okay with that.
Sound good.
I like this plan.
Indeed. Perhaps I can build them a stable of some sort while we're waiting. It's a nice
Oh, yeah.
so that the horses don't run off, you
Fun,
know?
yeah, you can do it. Why not?
Why not?
I feel like the shadows are gonna come get them the second.
Don't think no one wants to stay around here.
I mean, shit. Least we can do is give him a good home to die in.
Or give them a true chance to leave.
The horses?
Yes.
They won't make it through.
His horse, they run fast.
I mean, those horses are also built tough.
Shaka runs fast
Fuck
too,
with
and he
death.
got caught.
So,
That's why technically get caught.
Yeah, I guess.
Perhaps you can
No, he
release
got
them
caught.
first thing in the morning.
Kushaka got caught. Yeah, we can agree. We can all agree on that.
Alright.
Alright, first thing in the morning, we'll send them off.
Yeah,
Okay.
The shadow?
Let's blip.
yeah, caught. Like tag. You were it, so you were caught.
Oh, sure. I wasn't even trying though. I kind of spooked, so I was like, whatever.
Is everything still quiet around us? Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna start walking to camp.
Yeah. Back to camp we go.
Keep an eye out for those shadow thuds.
Here's your staff back.
Thanks.
How come you checked?
Okay, so you guys make your way back? Okay. All right. So, past the road, travel the 4 hours or so. She'll be arriving around 5 or 6 p.m. The lizards are chilling, keeping the fires going. Guardian is down by now, but you guys begin to see the edges of that small camp that you've laid out, and you guys arrive back safely.
Did anything happen?
It's quiet.
No shadows.
Many shadow.
Many shadows.
We scary.
Any of those flashing lights? No. Alright.
Woods very shadow.
How high is the like thing that we want to go up tomorrow?
See about 120 feet or so.
Perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
We know my history with climbing.
I know.
Are we doing anything today?
Yeah, let's start like tying ropes and whatnot.
So
You could probably build a pretty sweet ladder.
45
Yeah.
feet.
Actually, it's not a bad
So
idea.
lots
Totally
of,
good.
lots
You
of
can
steps.
fly. You can
Scaffolding.
fly.
I can fly. I can also just summon the dragon too, in case anybody want to be carried.
I mean, I won't say no.
Can a dragon pick up a horse?
Bashira, eat horse, yes?
No, not eat. Pick back up.
Small bits at time.
No.
Yes,
Not you.
part.
Oh, what have you been teaching her?
Perhaps Magnus might be able to help.
What?
Magnus?
The dragon.
I know, but with what? I was missing. I was doing math.
Another
Taking
They
dragon.
chose to bring the horses up.
Oh.
We're inevitably bringing them closer to death.
We're all going towards death.
I know, but we have a better
Sheep?
chance than them.
Death?
Who's to say?
Hopefully
Who's
not.
to say anything wants to bother a horse anyway?
True.
I'm gonna expend a key point to do Step of the Wind, and bonus action dash, and action dash to be able to move 180 feet and run up the wall.
Like it.
You're like
up there.
practically floating up almost as you gotta bleep, 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 bleep.
And then I like grab the edge of the cliff and like flip my way over and 3-point land on the top, and I look kind of like looking over the side.
Can we say you brought a rope up with you?
Oh, I wasn't coming up here to do that.
Oh.
I have to pray.
Get away from us.
Mature kind of flies halfway up. Too high. Flies back down.
Yeah, but you I don't know, telekinetic a rope to me or something, but yeah, I just came up here to get some space.
What?
Oh, I'll go full crystal. And then, oh no.
Rope!
Well, no, it'd be 300 feet. 400 actually. But it's 60 feet if I'm right next to
So
you.
you were gonna go.
I was gonna go next to you, but in this case it's actually can't because it's 100. Oh, it's 600 feet. I don't want to spook anybody, so no, I'm not gonna go full crystal.
That's fair. I could fly a rope up.
It's fine. We'll get a rope up here, but that wasn't my...
As you get up onto the top of the cliff, though, being that it's like kind of sun setting a little bit right now, you're seeing that like kind of orange glow come across the red mountains, basically, and just illuminating them. Anyway, they're coming across you, regardless. Can't think about which way the sun would be right now. Doesn't matter right now. It's nice to be out of the dark, shadowy
Well, yeah, I just kind of...
woods temporarily.
I
At bare
figured we were
minimum.
like coming here to just camp and stuff, right?
Yeah.
And-
Basically, so I wanted to get some space and actually get out of the shadow.
Mhm.
It's kind of what I was going for exactly, to be able to find breath, I guess, to meditate. And usually when you're meditating, you kind of like ruminate on a question, or like, well, not usually, I shouldn't say it like that, but that's what I'm going to go for this time. And I think the question I'm trying to work on right now is 2 questions. And just after everything that's happened with Kushagra today, why us and why now? This seems like a job that a god could easily do themselves. If the gods want Mora to be repaired, why are they using us to do it? And why are they using people to do it? And why are those people us? Why is Kushagra the blessed one from Getho? Why am I the blessed one from Selda? Why is Davina the blessed one from Death? Why? I don't get it. I'm fine with it. You know, people have shit thrust on them all the time. But I don't want this to just be our lot because we feel like we have to do it. I'm looking for a little bit more reason behind the madness right now.
So like
Right.
God chosen, and we've all done some heinous things. I just realized
I know, I'm sorry, I kind of was going through, but
Yeah.
but
No,
I
it's
didn't mean
true,
to do
though.
it that
no,
way.
I know,
just
but
based
it's
on
also just
You were chosen by a devil. Don't know
I-
about you.
I burned the whole village down. I'm, done some things.
It wasn't me.
Usk is pure.
Uska's pure. Big
It was that other guy with one eye.
Look at that other guy.
Yeah,
That blue fuck.
that blue fuck.
Yeah, you can be doing that.
Wait.
And
Yeah, that blue fuck.
inspiration Kushagra.
Nice fucking try.
Okay.
Roll me a wisdom check, though.
What a fucking fucking time to give it to him. No, it's okay.
That was like waving to somebody on the bus and
having be the person behind you. Yes, that's exactly what it was. And you're like,
Fuck!
Can I give my inspiration to
Embarrassed.
Tim for calling me God Chosen? Because that was really cool.
I mean, it's your inspiration. You can do with it what you like.
Davina knows she's God chosen.
Just don't care.
I was gonna say Rodon, and I was like, nah, he fucking wouldn't choose this. Where's my dragon?
Rodon was a blue fuck.
Nice.
Wisdom? Yeah, it's a 19.
Spend an hour or so again trying to tap into things.
Yeah.
You feel the wind kind of blowing across the cliff. The air is warm still. You feel the shadow of the mountain kind of eventually overcome you, where you know that you're basically sitting in darkness atop this cliff at that point.
Yeah, sorry. It's like I want to be on the edge of the cliff, basically, like between this. I'm not gonna liken it to this, between like the shadow woods and basically the
absolutely.
sun, almost as if reflecting the dark moon and the bright moon, trying to be in the middle, encompassing myself or surrounding myself with that. Anyway. Well, not me, but again, anyway.
So you do so for about an hour or so. Get into that deep, deep state where you do have that feeling of separation from your body, essentially, and spirit. So you kind of drift off into that land of nothingness, lose sense of time and space. You see yourself sitting on the cliff. You kind of drift off. Think about everything that you've done and been through. All the horrific things that have happened, all the horrific things that you guys have done, all the good, all the bad. Everything kind of flashing through and trying to kind of cipher through, finding some reason and answer. You see a quick flash of two diamond eyes before you're sent out. And that's all you see. As the wind kind of blows your hair kind of across your cheek and tickles you a bit. So while Tim's doing that, the rest of you guys?
I'm gonna send Rara a message.
Okay.
To kind of prepare him for Kushagra's arrival in his dreams later. So that way he's prepared and it doesn't weird him out.
Fair enough. I will try to sleep early tonight. I'm already just getting up from my nap. Maybe some warm milk. I will go down.
He'll be ready for you whenever you later on tonight for the spell there, Kushagra.
Okay, thanks, Barrett. So I just go to sleep, and how does it work?
Well, I'll put you into a meditative trance, and then you will appear in his dreams, and you have full control over.
Okay. Ready when you are. You just say the word.
It's essentially just waiting for him to go to sleep, but he just woke up from a nap, I guess.
I'll wait a bit. We'll give him some time.
I mean, it's still fairly early in the evening.
About a few hours. He'll be asleep soon.
I'll fly up to Tim, just to also get a lay of the land of what is to be expected out there.
Lucian, I can feel you.
Oh, I didn't mean to bother you. Apologies. Apologies.
I was done anyway.
You were done anyway?
That was not nice. Didn't go as I expected.
I am less sorry to have interrupted you then.
That's still kind of rude.
I just wanted to see what it was like up here. Because there might have, if we do have reason to bring the horses up, I do have means of carrying them up.
The cart too?
By chance.
The cart has their food on it.
Most likely.
No, it definitely does.
No, I'm saying I could most likely bring it up.
Okay, with what?
The dragon. My dragon. can carry a medium-sized thing.
You said it was 120 feet drop?
Mm-hmm.
Superhero land and just jump up.
Not worth it. I would still take 60 feet of fall damage.
Like,
I was literally going to be like, alright. It's a buku, yeah.
Oh, well, that might work.
Yeah. Just wanted to see what the lay of the land was. If we could fit a cart up here.
Again, though.
Why?
Excuse me, man. Could you move the map up, please?
Kind man.
Yeah, perfect. Thank
Map
you.
man.
If not here, then there.
Right.
I think it's safer to leave them down here.
All right. Put
Unfortunately.
them on their way. All right.
Less orcs.
Okay.
Although I would love to take them with us, but
It would be rather nice. I agree. All right. Well, I'll bid farewell to
Oh, you want to take me down with you?
Gaston. Yes, of course. I'm Mary Poppins.
Just picture your horse with a giant shoe.
Come, Bruce Campbell.
Come, Bruce Campbell. No one runs like Gaston. No one has flies of the flakes as beastly as Gaston.
So the plan is to camp tonight and then send the horses just out. What's the plan? And the lizards are carrying on with you guys.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
hope you survive.
So now are you waiting until morning to do that to the horses, or just
Correct.
Oh,
Give them
yeah.
the best opportunity of life.
Okay, now they're all wearing chainmail armor. So are they able to keep that on, or are you guys taking that off of them?
We
I
can
mean, no
take
one
it
is technically geared up like a horse, but you know.
I mean, they might be more protected.
Most horse-like character we have.
Why don't we
Yeah,
take all of
he's-
the guarding off and put it on the cart and cover up the cart as much as possible here so that we might be able to get it back at some point.
Sure.
And then let the horses go free, unburdened.
I mean, do we even coming back from Mount Cadal? Like,
I'd like to come back at some point in my life, yes.
I was gonna say, like, once we finish it, isn't the idea just to
Jump
Fast-
into the fire.
fast travel back with Davina back to the first
With Gob?
Freeheart Port?
What's if Gob is willing?
No, Davina can.
I can
Bamf.
let us recall.
Oh.
That's why I built a shrine
Yes, but-
to my lord in.
Once
Liz
everything
Church.
is finished,
Yeah.
we can still make our way back here and claim it. Like,
Oh, I don't plan on coming this way at all ever again.
But Kashogr might.
I'll go with you.
Right.
I almost certainly will.
I'd go.
Now that I know the portal to my homeland is in the trees back there.
Yeah.
But will it close if we're still?
We do not know.
Nobody
The only
knows.
way to find out is to go and check
Anyways,
it.
we will be coming back. Yes, it's a good idea to
It just,
maintain.
I feel like the horses are not going to have a good time to carry around chainmail
No.
when
True.
they're trying to run through the woods and escape from
And
things.
Get
not
stuck
to
in
be more
tree.
afraid, I'm sorry, but if something's gonna kill them, they're gonna kill them.
With or without chainmail.
Precisely.
Agreed. They should be unburdened. Live their moments in freedom. Right.
Davina just goes back. She's writing it.
Settled then?
So stripping them now and sending them off
Yeah, sure.
Tomorrow morning.
tomorrow morning. Okay, gotcha.
I'm going to try this before bed.
God.
Does it require any kind of gold, or is it just like blam?
Yeah, make it a stone bowl.
How much does
Not with the stone.
Oh well, fuck yeah.
Oh, you can be our everyone.
You need to have earth under you to make it happen because you pull it out of the earth. That's the only thing you need though.
Earth or stone?
Also,
Like you need
or stone.
earth or stone, yeah.
Let's go. Yeah. Earth gold.
Also, it can burrow
Possibly.
through earth and stone without disturbing it.
Yeah, just
So it just like
it just comes.
it's like a ghost going through a wall. It just goes through. So it can just go down into the ground, and you don't know where it is because it doesn't disturb the ground that it's moving through.
That's tremor shit.
It's
That's
just-
horrifying.
It's just it goes down,
worse.
and then it could be underneath
Just
you.
jump
It could
in
be
the
escaping. You don't know, and then just
Yeah.
pops out of the ground somewhere.
Blam.
Yeah,
It's very cool.
That's
they're fun in the earth realm.
Does it follow the orders of who summoned it?
I think
Yes,
so.
it
Yeah.
is. But it only speaks a certain
Terran.
right. So I'm wondering.
Speaks nerd.
I also speak that.
Nerd.
I think I could brush up on my primordial.
It's friendly to us.
It's
In
kinda-
our yes.
Isn't that like the Latin of all those
It
things?
just says it just says that it obeys verbal commands that you issue to it.
How long?
I feel like it doesn't matter what.
Well, it's 1 hour for Conjure Elemental.
It'll listen to the caster essentially and behave as such.
Right.
Okay,
You
well,
just won't get a full conversation out of it.
You might not get any. Just so are you guys?
It's lips are
I
sealed.
kinda forget how to do this.
Take it.
Okay.
Have you ever done this?
I cast magic
Tim
before.
is summoning Earth Elemental.
I cast magic before once upon a time.
Okay. So you need to like.
Grab that big rock and pull an earth elemental out of the ground.
Pretty much.
Oh my god, can I
Like
do that with
like-
me on top of it?
Like
As we pull a rabbit out of the wall.
Cool.
Yeah, with me on, like
So
I'm
you kind of
riding it, like
pull it
I'm
up.
scary.
As you're pulling it up, you're coming up with it. It's
Yeah, like I'm on its shoulders as it's coming out.
You guys see this just huge, like, 2 arms, 2 legs, rocky, he's over there. Rocky
10-foot
creature.
tall.
You see, like, the semblance of eyes and a mouth, although they're kind of, like, off-centered and a bit crooked. You see the kind of, like,
I love him so much.
like kind of growling kind of lips, kind of, as it kind of settles itself into its form and kind of,
Did we decide on a name?
Looks like a Craig.
I'd like to do, I like to do something like
Craig.
cool.
Like C-R-A-I-G.
Yeah, like-
Craig.
Slate.
Kraig.
Yeah, in Gloomhaven they have the Crag Heart, which is like a guy made of stone. This is really cool.
I like Craig.
Shale.
Craig.
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 Uncle Craig.
He killed my Uncle Craig!
she was like,
it? He's fantastic.
she's all about it.
Okay, Craig, let's walk 10 feet over there.
Oh, I love him.
I'm like doing like tippy tap
It's like
toes on his
rather
shoulder.
than rather than stepping, it kind of like the earth and stone kind of like rolls along with its legs.
It's a good boy,
Craig. Craig is the C-R-A-I-G is the Welsh word for rock or rocky.
Yeah.
So
Craig.
Craig it is.
So great.
It's not a one and done thing, is it?
No, not at all. I can
Okay.
conjure Craig all the time.
So
How
if
long
he,
does Craig last?
1 hour.
so if he falls, if he falls in battle or whatnot, he can still.
Yeah.
Okay.
and
So we
once,
knew Craig.
once a day. Once a day.
How many hit points does he have?
He has 126 hit
Awesome.
points.
Okay, cool.
AC 17.
More. What's that?
Damn.
He's like, take you tonight.
He is vulnerable to thunder, though.
But he has resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, slashing from non-magical weapons. He's immune to poison. He's also immune to exhaustion, paralyzed, petrified, poison, unconscious. He can never go unconscious. Senses, he has dark vision.
At level 4, that
He
would
has
have been some
tremor
shit.
sense.
Yeah.
Tremor sense for 60 feet.
Nice.
And then he also does double damage to objects and structures because he's a siege monster.
Break things. Oh, Craig. Do you listen to me or just Jim? Oh.
What,
Can you
the
tell him to
caster?
break something?
Yeah. Okay.
Break that tree
Craig,
over
go
there.
break that guy's face. No, don't do it.
Shield!
Ooh, he could break some wood for you to build a ladder for us.
He's under your control,
Let's go
so
break up some trees, buddy.
you want to go and do that with him? Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
I mean,
I mean, he'll eventually be punching the shit out of them, no problem.
Seriously, take some
I got like my legs around him, like on his head.
He's just grabbing them by the stump and just kind of crushing like the center mass of it. Is
Good!
see, like about like 30 bats fly out of the tree, like
Do another one!
making like a clearing around of where your campsite is, basically.
Are we doing a ladder actually, or are you
A
planning
ladder
us
for 120 feet is a insane ladder.
I will gladly.
Yeah, wisdom
accept
save.
it.
Okay, step. Yeah. Scaffolding. Oh, scaffolding would work great.
It's a
And you
15.
have ladders in between.
I love it. Done.
Barrett would notice this because he's the only one who would notice it. But you see a small glowing orb floating around Tyndale.
How far out are you?
You guys are all around camp.
I'm not far at all.
Yeah. Maybe 50 or so feet from you. That'd be at most.
Is the psychic link still up that Kushagra put up?
No, 6
Probably not.
hours.
It's like
No.
7 or 8 o'clock now, at least.
I'm going to...
Message.
Also, I didn't do it
I don't
today.
have message. I have sending. I'm going to cast sending on Tim and psychically tell her, I believe somebody's scrying on us again. Seems to be something similar to what Ursula said when around you right now.
Okay, Craig, time to go down.
And I'm just gonna like push his head down, and he just like, as he goes down, my feet just land on the ground, and I just start walking.
It's a small little poof of dust.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
That's great.
In that time, the orb vanishes.
It's gone.
I'll go full crystal.
Somebody's watching us.
I'll go full crystal.
Who is it?
I don't know.
What did you see?
The same type of
Oh, I guess he's gone now, so you wouldn't know. Yeah, okay.
the same type of effect that Ursula had when she was scrying on us.
I think it's Resna.
Are we sure it was Ursula?
I mean, that's what I thought. It might not have been.
I think it's Resna.
Or an orc.
Could have been another.
Oh.
An orc that knows me,
Oh, remember the orcs were doing something.
They
Oh, no,
were
that
doing
was...
but they
I think that
have
was
to know.
oddly...
They have to. They have to know us,
Right.
They have to know me, right?
and it was hovering around Tyndale.
The dragon would know you. In what sense does it have to know you?
There are levels
So just
of
know.
knowing,
You could
Yeah?
have just seen
Yeah.
them before. And
Okay.
but if you have like a piece of them, you can like it's
Okay.
there are
I
definitely
just
levels.
assumed it was Ursula. Well, since it was while we were in the swamps.
No.
Well,
Rosna can scry as well. He's scryed on us before.
But that's a safe assumption. If we're in the swamps before she was dead, then it's safe to assume that was her watching us.
Yeah.
But the people that we know that were doing that before, Clapt is dead. Ursula, dead.
Dead. I'll see ya. Dead.
Wait, what?
I don't know if she could scry, but she's dead.
Pointing that out.
It's not a,
She can cry, but she's dead.
She's
We're just
dead.
naming dead people now.
Batman's parents? Dead.
Davina
my
was
IQ.
Dead.
Dead.
Darkheart?
my Uncle
Helen
Gregory.
Megan.
Oh,
Did.
Father of my baby.
Dead.
If I see it, I'll try to keep it.
Biological father of my baby.
I don't know. Keeping it unknown that we know that it's watching us might be a good idea.
Why don't we have a safe word? Something
idea.
you say that we know is a signal that we're being watched.
Because you're the only one that.
How about you ask Davina if she has any more rations? We'll know that
Good idea.
is not being said casually. Just, hey Davina, do you have any more rations? And we'll
Brilliant.
all know that that means we're being watched.
So if I say, oh, I have 10.
Well,
Or yes, just
not
say
so
yes.
much matter.
I
Just
just-
say yes.
If I say yes, that means.
That you understand what I meant.
Yeah.
Actually, it doesn't matter.
It
because
doesn't
I'm
matter. You look glorious tonight, Davina.
I know, right?
Yes.
Maybe it's just.
I'm writing in my journal too.
Davina is crazy.
Baby crazy.
Well, we all do that.
Alright, I like this plan.
Now,
Okay.
we could also use this as an opportunity to feed it false information.
We could.
Very complicated. We'd all have to be on the same page, be ready on a drop of a hat to act and say lines together.
Kshagra is also crazy.
If we see the orb, we must assume that he is watching us.
Or
And
she.
there's nothing that we can do other than, the
Act
words that we
normally.
say that will change anything that he'll be receiving through that, he or she will be receiving through that orb. They can see where we are. They'll know where we are. They're
If
watching.
Rasmus scrying on us, will he come after us?
I don't know.
Alright.
But it's safe to assume that he knows that
I have the Hajim. We have to keep everybody safe, Bashira. If you sense anything, if there's anything that you're able to do draconically, if you can connect to other dragons in the area or sense their presence, you have to tip us off and you have to let us know right away.
Good girl.
She casts prestidigitation on herself.
What color is she?
Still the same color, but she cleaned all the blood off her face.
Gross. At least she learned something from Davina.
June time?
Yep. Seems to be late enough.
Alright,
Are we...
I'll fabricate the scaffolding. In 30 minutes, I'll make that whole 120 feet worth of scaffolding.
Are we taking watch? I
It's like
think we should take
5
watch.
feet, plateau, ladder, plateau, ladder, toe ladder. 5
Now,
cubes.
it's worth noting that when you're making this stuff, there's no nails or anything holding to get it, so it's got to be like wood that's interlocking in order for it to actually structure
Well, you can
appropriately.
make it. You can form it into the structure, right?
Yeah, so
it can be one continuous piece
Dovetail,
of,
baby.
I guess
wood.
that's kind of true too. So anyway, it's basically wood that's being fused into position rather than being like traditionally built.
I'm proficient with wood carver's tool, so if at any point that does become an issue, I can help.
How do I do this?
Right.
How do I do
Yeah, you're good though. Yeah.
How do I tie this off? Just a
Um,
free floating leaning tower of scaffolding.
OSHA violations.
That'd be kinda fun.
OSHA violations.
I just fly like, you guys are doing great!
do this.
Davina is keeping a sharp watch now
do that.
because she is
World of
paranoid.
OSHA violation.
Wisps everywhere.
Yep.
A few fucking stitches scaffoldings.
Yep. Same.
Okay, so
Walked on Joyce.
as you guys are kind of winding down, going into dream.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Okay.
essentially sit cross-legged
Just
next
walking
next
across
to
the fucking
Kushaga,
speed.
and I'm gonna do cast stream
Do you have to hold hands?
if you want.
Okay.
Do some scratches all over your
Oh yeah, it's like blood scabs.
That's not that bad. It's light scratches.
Like, yeah, just get over there.
Yeah, there's
Start swinging that hammer.
Covers most of it. Be
So,
really deep.
A willing creature I touch enters this trance state, acting as messenger.
Boy, sure it's windy out here.
Yeah, it sure is weird.
I'm like,
Enter
I'm not
into
scared
a
of
trance?
shit that
Yeah.
we're doing. I am scared of shit that you can't see.
Have you
I
guys?
learned this from my family,
Have you guys seen
my
the?
Janara.
So you are aware of your while in the trance, you are aware of your surroundings, but you can't take actions or move.
Okay, cool. Nobody tickle my nose.
The gospel choir singing the cat song.
No.
I have to show it to you immediately after this.
No.
song. Like
No.
I'm not joking.
No.
Immediately.
No.
You're gonna.
I will be
You're
here.
gonna.
So you have pretty much as much time as you want, but we do have to sleep afterwards.
Okay, I won't take long. I just needed more than 25 words. Or whatever.
So as you kind of cast a spell on Kushaga, as you go down into a slumber and drift, eventually you see just a single tabaxi sitting in a space of empty void. And you kind of find your kind of astral self almost kind of drifting towards them. You see
This is what you dream of, Rara. This is so boring.
I
just
did
an
not
empty
know
room.
what to think of, so I tried to clear my mind.
Okay,
This
I
is
guess that's
all
the
very
safest thing.
weird.
Yeah. I was kind of hoping there'd be like an embarrassing story that you'd be. Anyway, never mind.
you'd all of a sudden you see like
I can
just
change it?
a
Yeah, you have,
naked.
you have full control of the entire dream.
Environment.
Yeah, so
you
this-
can change it to what you saw.
Real inception shit.
I'm gonna change it to like an ortho boarding school, and like Kushaga is crying in the corner, and I'm like, no, not this one. I just flash back to the forest that we're currently camping in.
That was.
I'm sorry, I'm new to this. I'm new to this one. I'm not used to. Just ignore that. Pretend I didn't see it. Okay.
Kushagra has no pants on.
Did you do your homework?
That's the scene from The Grinch when like he's like, Kushagra's got a beard. that's so sick.
Tissue paper.
Relay that.
Your whiskers
I will
all
try to
chopped
put
up.
it out of mind.
Oh,
Kids can be very cruel, you know.
It was a nice house.
Okay, so I need to sleep for the night, but I found a portal back to our homeland.
What?
Well, all tabaxis come from the Shadowfell, yes.
This is a myth, or there's no fact in this proof, but
Well, I'm telling
we
you, I
believe.
went there.
how is this? How? Where?
I'm gonna conjure us in the air, floating above Mora, looking down
Looking down.
at the.
He's like, why?
And I'm gonna point to the fire, and like, that's where we're camping right now. This road here
This
leads
is
to the River Fost.
farther west than anyone intends to go.
Well, that's where it's found. See that bridge there?
Yes.
That's the bridge west of the Avendalian outpost. Now,
Yeah.
if you follow this road and you see these mountains here, and I'll point out the structure, the geographical area. In the center, there's some ruins, and then we'll matrix zoom down into it. And like, this is what the ruins look
So
like.
fucking cool.
And it's all like kind of blurry and like misshapen. It's my memory,
Yeah.
right? It's not
That's
quite
cool shit.
accurate.
Fighters tonight.
bricks are just kind of floating out of place.
Yeah.
That one is unusual.
Anyway, this is roughly what it looks like. There's a clearing.
I feel I have been here before. Maybe it was different, or I don't know.
And anyway, I was exploring here, and over here, and I point to where the rift is, and I tear it open.
This is your
This is what I saw.
portal. Do we go in, or how does dreams work? Am I in bed, or
You're in
here?
bed, you're safe. I'm just showing you what this will look like.
Right.
Now, what happened for me is as I walked closer to it, it opened up, and pulled me towards it. If you allow yourself to be pulled into it, you'll go back to the Tabaxi homeland. Go to Shadowfell.
I can go home.
Maybe.
But I have not yet. There are those who still search the lands for our kind and imprison them.
The shifters, yes. We found more evidence of them. They're surrounding this camp. I'll show the tents and crates pop up in the camp around us. It was old and abandoned. They must have moved on. My guess is that they camp out near these rifts that the Tabaxi come through.
There are more
There must be.
for things. Kushagra, I wish to come here.
Your quest is your own. Maybe someday I can join you on it. But all I can do is give you information.
I knew that the day on the docks in the Four Lads, I do not regret any of my actions. I took a chance with you, Kushagra.
And I'll never be able to repay you for it.
You already have. You are my brother, Kushagra. I will never forget you.
Same to you. Do the clasp. Scratch.
Do with it what you like.
It's all a dream.
Well, that's what real Tabaxis do. I'm just gonna mutter and like, drift off and vanishes. I'm gonna conjure a troll to chase them. Good night.
As you find yourself back on the
Fuck your
campsite,
dreams, man.
kind of eyes flutter open.
I mean, the
Barrett's-
Santa right in front of you.
Bashir is like right over you.
She's like underneath, like getting the drippings, like.
Oh, the sandwich.
Yeah.
Wow, that was very fun.
It's kind of fun just playing around with the sandbox, isn't it?
Yeah. I made a troll chase him.
The things that Tanda has me do in
Okay, I'm gonna go to bed. I'm gonna go to bed. I don't need to hear it.
David's just there, like,
She's
pouting
like,
because she can't do it.
Barrett, I want you to turn into a giant and step on me.
Ah, this is so good.
Pattern.
That turning behind the giant and stepping on him.
right.
Did you give him all the information that he needed?
Yeah, he was very,
There'd be some weird things.
very
I
grateful.
know.
I don't want to know what you guys do.
I'm tired though. Today was a lot. Shadowfell always takes it out of me.
I'm glad it was you, not me, that went into the Shadowfell.
It was a lot nicer this time.
I don't believe you.
No, it was. It was still cold, still void of light, sound, and life in a way, but in another way, there was more life there than I've ever experienced. It was familiar. It's hard to explain.
I think I know how you feel, though.
Thanks, Barrett.
Well,
I'm gonna curl up.
Is it,
for sure, you want the rest of the sandwich? I'm going to bed.
She's like already eating it.
Oh, yeah, you can have the rest of that.
Shira, put you to sleep. Just breathe sleep breath onto you.
All of us?
Just you.
Just
Yeah, roll me a Constitution saving throw.
She's like, go to bed.
10.
Fail.
You actually fail. Just you fall unconscious.
Wait.
No, but Sharon, no.
Drool dangling. You actually wake up only after a minute. She's like, hey.
Oh god, my head. What happened?
You sleep.
I slept.
It's only for a minute, so maybe like a nap.
Did I get to do what Kashabra did?
Did you see anything while you were asleep?
I don't remember anything.
That's the worst thing about dreams. You never remember
As
them.
you're dreaming and rested, I'm sitting up there slaving away in the tower.
I'm already asleep. I don't even know what I'm doing.
I feel like it's like anesthesia, and she's like,
Flying.
oh, she feels sick.
Drilling these pilot holes into the
To
fucking
being at the dentist.
to the
I guess I'd
hill.
be telling you, yeah.
Yeah.
Can we do it again? Can you put me into
Sure, you do. How did you
Gas.
do that?
Well, the
Shira always do.
Yes.
guys, I don't think can dream either.
All right.
You do that to them, not to us.
I actually might be able to make. I should be able to actually have you into somebody's dream. I just can't have you into Gaius' dream because Gaius can't dream.
You want to come into my dreams?
Do you want to talk to Yas?
Me?
Yeah. I mean, we're out here. We might not. We don't know when we might see them again.
Okay.
If you want to talk to them before
If
bed.
anything does happen, maybe I will. But right now I'm okay. I said what I have to say.
And Shira like climbs over to you as kind of starts kind of trying to cuddle into your like warmest bits. She's like,
The look on your face.
Are you
look at like chest and arms and stuff.
warmest bits?
No, that's where I sleep.
Oh, she cuddles it.
It was because already asleep. He doesn't know what's going on. He just feels
That's
upset.
it. Back in the
She's like-
box.
You sleep on Earth's warmest bits.
Yeah. I will fucking have my vengeance.
And she like stretches out, her wings kind of like.
Tim, stop.
Timmy, could Carla up next to the baby again if you want. I don't know if I want that.
But what does it mean?
What does it mean?
Jonk's like,
It's kind of weird, but you can. I guess I'll sleep alone.
It's a good idea.
Of all the men trying to go with Tim, it's John.
I'll fucking kill him.
You want lizard too? Okay.
two lizards like come on to either side of you and just kind of like,
This is hilarious.
Yeah, I'll get right up with
I'm
John.
happy was asleep.
I don't need that thing, lizard. I got my own.
Exactly. Bashira, fuck you. Bashira, fuck you. I'm gonna sleep again.
just cuddled up next to two cold lizards.
She's like shivering. Like,
Yeah, when I open, I'm looking at it, it's like,
when they fall
John's
asleep,
you
like, you know,
go to
like
sleep.
shimmies out.
But yeah,
Sits next to the fire because she's frozen.
It's a good idea.
It's a good idea.
Are we keeping watch again?
You're looking-
Traumatized?
Well, that's fine. It does that too.
Yeah, the heavy breathing.
Davina just pokes Bashira to see if she'll like do that sleeping breath thing again. It's like a drug to her.
One hand.
Little,
I told her not to do it anymore.
little plume.
Bashira has.
Oh, that's a fuller. Oh yes.
Gas, give me the gas.
And she sleeps for 1 whole minute again.
And you don't even sleep, you just actually go unconscious. It's just called sleep breath.
It's kind of like sleep.
Yeah. As far as you know.
I was gonna say, yeah.
yeah. Yeah, falling off a cliff kind of sleep, yeah.
Yeah, I've been there, done that.
Getting punched out. So is anyone taking a watch?
I'll take first watch, seeing as you're just trying to fucking make yourself go to
And
sleep.
some lizards?
I'll take a
Up in
second.
the nos over there.
Okay. So,
Straight
camp
dragon
going
breath.
on, typical stuff, kind of a little bit more clearing around, I suppose, and like a giant scaffolding up the cliffside, basically, right next to you guys. Torches lit, fire going. Seems pretty, like, fucking legit all of a sudden, actually. You guys have spent about a day and a half or so. This is as good as it's ever gotten as far as camping in the woods. But as you do, roll me a good perception check for the night.
Roll me a good perception check. Don't give me a bad one.
Or, you know,
Okay,
It's gotta be a good one.
I'm trying.
Oh, damn nice.
Oh yeah, 21.
Oh, good. Good job.
Okay, nice.
You can go in with Frank.
So as the night
select it.
carries on throughout, and you know your companions begin to fall asleep one after another, etc., and your sound is quiet throughout the woods, you see more of these will-o-wisps coming as it gets closer and closer to like midnight and darker later into the evening, as they're just kind of floating maybe 20 or so feet outside of that like clearing area, so maybe about 40 feet, I suppose, like even further than they were before, kind of just flickering.
Okay. I make sure that they don't get within 60 feet of the camp.
I would say you may have to deter like one or two, couple quick fire bolts or something like
Doing
that.
the same thing with Mind Sliver.
Okay, yeah,
something like
that's cantrip, yeah, no problem.
that. Just enough to.
As they get close, you kind of go away. Lizards, shocky light. Bad. Thank you, Lucian.
You're welcome. What's your name again? This.
Tlikan.
I'll be commended for this.
Already
Good walk. Yes, but from me.
What does that mean?
Anyways,
You're sleeping.
you're asleep. Shut up. Let me have this. Let me
I'm
have
gonna hear
this.
about this.
Lucian
Like,
say
there
I'm
are strings on the
tremendous.
ankle. Fuck, loosen up.
Wake him up. What'd you give him with?
Lucian say I commended.
Lucian say
Come
I
with
should
me,
ask for
Grace.
raise union wages.
Johnson, wait, Johnson,
Lucian talk about union?
There was talk of union. I'm shutting that down.
This route.
And we're keeping the horses and let the lizard for free.
Lizard for free?
There's a free, but not to unionize.
Free but not equal.
So, as a few hours
anything,
pass,
Listen to me.
But unionize, yeah.
It was a fine point, didn't it?
Davina taking second watch, I assume?
So
Yeah. Nat 20.
Okay. Yeah. So same sort of thing. Wisps will begin to like sort of get closer and closer. How are you deterring them from your camp?
I am going to Sacred Flame them.
Okay. Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, it'll work at some capacity. So as they get a little bit closer, you kind of it actually like hurts them immensely. I do believe.
Don't come back to fuck.
I would say it might even disintegrate one or two of them as like.
Okay, now who's the fucking Great Cliff?
Oh, it's a dead fucking being coming after us.
So you.
That.
No, I was just joking. I just can do these.
I'm alive. Thank you very much. If I was dead.
The joke was that just that he said disintegrate, and so then I was like, disintegrate. I wasn't getting pissed at you for fucking protecting us.
And like, yeah, you know, it's that better.
But other than that, of course, the evening is uneventful. As morning rises on our first tea day of Kappa. And as it does, that is where we'll end our session for tonight.
Man, we burned through so many days there.
I'm gonna sleep in on purpose, just so you can see John and I.
It's so stupid, yeah. John smacked Tim down and then...
Nope.
Yeah, you think Timdell's like cuddled up with you in the morning and it's Vashira, and then Jonk is cuddled up with Timdell.
Tim.
Davina's got like a
so
headache.
You forget lotion.
Why are you screaming? Mini-World Masters Heart of Mora is recorded in Chibuktuk, in Mi'kmahi, the ancestral and unceded territory of the Mi'kmaq people. This territory is covered by the Treaties of Peace and Friendship, which recognizes Mi'kmaq and Wolastoqiyik title and establishes rules for what is to be an ongoing relationship between nations. We are all treaty people, and proudly support working and cooperating together to create a peaceful community where we can all live our best adventure.